Hey y'all. Mm. Today, it's gonna be an interesting live. As y'all come in, can y'all please hit the like button? And a couple of you, as you comment, are gonna notice you don't have a wrench anymore. Tommy, I wrench you up. I will get to that a little later, but we're gonna be doing things very different over here in light of some situations that are happening in this space. So, just gonna jump right into it. I've said this for a long time, ever since I came into this sector of YouTube. It's been about a year now. And if you associate with Anton Daniels, Aaron O, and now Brittany B, I have no respect for you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no middle ground. I don't fuck with you. I did a poll in my community post a few days ago about, would you choose, are you loyal to principle or people? And the overwhelming majority of y'all chose principle. I now know y'all are liars, because how is it that I'm 23 and I'm the only one saying anything about this as a woman? Brittany B, all that hot talk about principles this, principles that, every third word out of your mouth was principles. Where are you? I went to your channel the other day, yesterday actually. We were in the World Classes live where he was going over something that happened on a podcast channel. And I remember seeing you comment, and it was shocking because you've been on a hiatus. And I find it funny that you came back to defend a man who stated he would marry a 16-year-old if it were legal. That's what you decided to break your hiatus with. And when I tried to find your comment, it wasn't there. So you had to have been listening to the live. Tommy, I don't know exactly what she said. I'm pretty sure it was in defense of Aaron. That's the only reason why she would have doubled back and deleted it. I also tried to find her page. She has now changed her name to Locks and Eyes and has no content available. Hi, Family Values. Hi, Keisha. Hey to all y'all. I don't want to pay attention to the chat right now too much. I don't think you guys realized how disappointing it is to log on to YouTube, right? Because I do know this is not exactly real life, but it's pretty close. And to see people twice my age have half of the morality and integrity that I have, it's jarring. Jay Ali, I don't even know where to start with you. To all of y'all with children who still to this day support Fight Club, support Aaron O, support Brittany B, all of these people, and you have not yet questioned them on whether Aaron was being intentional about what he said, you're the problem. You're a part of the problem. Y'all talk about meeting up with these people all the time. So this is getting past YouTube. This is real life. Y'all would potentially let your child meet someone that says they would fuck a 14-year-old or marry a 16-year-old. Let that sink in. Y'all are supposed to be your child's first form of protection. The first line. And you're selling them out to be a groupie at Fight Club? We're going to bring up some comments that a couple of y'all that I'm talking about today made. But one of the ones that stood out to me from you, Jay, was you talking about, I wish we could just stop talking about this, or I hope this is the last conversation. So you mean to tell me you had a whole series called Demon Tribe where we did nothing but look at titties and ass and titties and ass? We could beat that into the ground, but when someone is being held accountable for something they said on their own platform, all of a sudden, damn, why are we talking about this so much? Y'all beating this into the ground. We beat everything here into the ground, if you haven't noticed. So why is it all of a sudden that when it's somebody you associate with, when it's somebody you claim to like, have a friendship with, all of a sudden we're talking about it too much? I find that odd. You guys have children. Y'all don't think the people on these platforms who go to these meetups are aware of that? How is it that I'm 23, childless, and I'm more of a mother than you guys with children? Maybe that's why you drink yourself under the table every night. Maybe that's why you can't go to sleep without listening to Fight Club. Y'all are demonic. And to all the people whose comments we're going to pull up today, all of y'all staying silent, all of y'all cracking jokes in the midst of a serious conversation, y'all are the problem too. Y'all are the same people who overlook your nieces and your nephews being touched by family members, being touched by your boyfriend. Noble and Ronan, y'all can come up if you're ready.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all just want to give your thoughts on this before we get into, looking at specific comments and breaking down the psychology behind all of this.
You can go ahead, Ronan. I had a whole live last night. I'm still stressed out. I think you muted. Is that me?
Yeah, say from personal experience, being 12, had an 18-year-old babysitter. Some people thought that shit was cool, like that's what I wanted, but all I wanted was cartoons and cereal. But that kind of sculpted my mindset for quite some time. And then, say like out of high school, seeing a former associate sister walking down the street by herself, and me and a buddy sitting there talking to her. So, what are you doing out here? And said like, my brother keeps coming into my room. And it's like, what are you talking about? It's just like, you just start showing this. It's like, say something showing like white pee. So we hurry up and escorted her home, make sure she was to her mom. We couldn't do much after that. But I knew he came out running looking for us because he believed we told on him, but that was your little sister that did that. And it's the same guy that before we went on the basketball tournament, night before there was a wayward 14-year-old who came to his house, and 3 of the guys we had for the tournament, they thought it was cool to run a train on her. So seeing this kind of mindset for many years, it just lets me know I had to get the absolute fuck away from certain people. Like once I see that, there isn't much to say. I mean, there's certain things I just don't play with, and it's just, I don't see how people think that shit's cool. Just casual. Now, once I see your mindset on that, I know what I got to do. I know how I move.
Noble?
Listen, I appreciate you for doing it because I'm drained. Yeah, from last night because other than Big Bad Bull, the kind of the people that's been brought up with is people I like seriously rock with. I mean, particularly Brittany B and JLE. Like I love them to death, and you know what I'm saying. It's just it's mind-boggling. But you know, these, like I said, the line has been drawn in the sand on who's who, and I this is always, it's not new to me, but you'll really find out who people are when it comes to protecting children. And like you said earlier, Savannah, you notice very quickly the difference in quality of people when personas and principles are like the fork in the road. And a lot of people buy into personas, and they don't buy into principles. And what's interesting is that persona is consistent with their interests, but any financially literate person knows that principle precedes interest. So sad part is you get both when you pick principle, but they into the quick fix, and that's the persona. And that's what you watch people pick, you know what I'm saying? What you called out with Brittany was a fact, you know? And she talks about principles a lot, and when you hear an adult 32-year-old male when you hear a 32-year-old male say that he would marry a 16-year-old if he could, and people's response to it is, I'm trying to tear a guy down, when he said that's what he would do. And this is North America, and we all know that that's not the thing that you should say out loud. How is somebody clout chasing? The voice you're listening to, I don't need to clout chase any of these dudes. I've been in the conscious community, which is bigger than this space, bigger than it and older than it. I had an actual problem with a nigga named Tahaka Bay. He's in my Morris community. Right now, Corey Holcomb just did a video on the kid getting slapped by Tariq Nasheed. Now, let's take a little let's take a little vote. Who's bigger, Aaron O or Tahaka Bay, Tariq Nasheed, and Corey Holcomb? Your minuscule little Aaron O is not going to make anybody's news. He's big to you. He's not big in anywhere else in the world. So if I was clout chasing, this would be a live about those dudes. But I watched a 32-year-old while I was in, mind you, in the middle of my own live about someone else who likes to type genitals and who likes to type crazy shit. And I was in the middle of my own live, and somebody else came and reported to me because they know I'm the person that's going to call it out regardless of what's going on. I stopped my show and I looked at what he talked about, and I watched the nigga say it. In the response, I watched, right? I did that live, and then Podcast did his show, and the people, and I'll say this, and I ain't gonna take up no more time. The people that I watch, that I had respect for, the shit that I watched y'all type, blew my fucking mind, broke my heart. Blew my mind, broke my heart. To see what y'all were typing. And you want to know something? Like I said, I'm going to say this and I'm done. All of you Lapeef niggas, all of you Anton Daniels followers, all of you Aaron O followers and Fight Club followers, all of you, listen very closely. All of y'all that have watched these people, listen very closely. Weren't y'all the same motherfuckers in the chat, in TLA chat, You know, Anton Daniels chat when Glenn Cameron or Cameron Glenn, the nigga that said he took his dick out of the mom took his the mom took the dick out of her mouth and put it in her daughter's. Wasn't that consensual? Weren't y'all the same ones that was in outrage? Weren't y'all them same people? If I'm not mistaken, y'all was in the same. That was the same group, right? Lapid Fight Club, Anton Daniels. That was y'all, right? Okay, so where the fuck is all that visceral at with Aaron O? Okay. I'm done, kid. Y'all niggas are worthless. Fuck y'all. Die. I couldn't give a fuck. Y'all worthless. That right there in and of itself, how you responding this week with Aaron O and that Glenn Cameron, whatever that nigga name is, all of y'all are garbage, worthless piece of shit motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck who you are. Y'all are worthless. You can go through I can bring the motherfucking chat up right now. Why are y'all doing this to him? Doing what to the nigga that said it himself and repeated it and doubled down on his channel? Nobody made him say anything. A nigga that you brought up on your panel didn't make you say anything. But this is the type of culture that we have. You don't want to protect children. Y'all don't want to protect children. And it's just like this, especially with so-called black people. Black people seems to be a fucking kill a kid, graph off the death of a child type of culture. Like y'all will talk about Jay-Z and the Illuminati killing children and shit, but you don't talk about your raggedy ass mother who fucking killed a child for her to be lit. Like we hate children. That's what it seemed to be. Whenever this shit is brought up, the room seems to split, man. How come you can try this shit with somebody? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna call y'all niggas out.
And you know what? I see this situation in the same light as the Chantel situation. When somebody is showing clear behavior over time, it's consistent behavior over time, and someone calls it out or brings attention to it, and the audience would rather jump on and target the one bringing something to everyone's attention rather than just going to the person themselves and asking the question. And I think that's pathetic. And I can tell which one of the people, based on how people respond to this, I can tell who has never confronted their mother. Because to me, this isn't anything. I've fought with sisters, fallen out with parents, uncles, cut off damn near everybody. So y'all don't mean shit to me, especially after this. And it's so sad that I have more courage than some of the men here. And y'all are over here talking about submission. Y'all are submitting to Aaron O. Why would any woman want to follow you? So, you want to bring up the live chat now?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
What time, sir? What time frame you want to start at?
Honestly, wherever Big Bad Bull is commenting. Just.
Oh, you live chat, or you want to bring up the comments you had?
I don't know what would be easier.
It'd be easier for the audience to see the comments first, and yeah, than to do that. And I don't even care who may feel some type of way about it, but shout out to Sugar Bum, the only one with some fucking sense in the chat. Shout out to Sugar Bum, surprisingly. So I'm gonna bring that up for you.
Thank you.
This multitude of one of, let me see, I don't know which one is the worst one. Yeah, so it's comments like this. Big Bad Bull, I'm taking a list of all that are bashing my brother Aaron O. This isn't right. And I am not so sure I can support anyone going against him. He promotes having conversations, not this weird shit, but I got something for that. soon as I find it. But you can go ahead. I'm looking for something right now.
I I don't know. I see Big Bad Bull kind of as an uncle figure on YouTube. And so the fact that this isn't even the worst of his comments is just it's mind-boggling. The one that I put on the thumbnail is absolutely egregious. How is asking someone, not even asking them, how is confronting someone on what they said on their own platform bashing them? And even if it is, this is something bash-worthy.
That's a fact.
And if you feel some type of way, Big Bad Bull, why didn't you cam up? Why didn't you go up there and defend them? Y'all stay in the chat because you're creeps. And thank goodness Aaron is the only one brave enough to voice what y'all are all feeling. That's why y'all cling on to him like he's your leader. He says everything you're too scared to say on the panel. And y'all have hyped this man-child up to the point where he feels like he's untouchable because he has little minions like Big Bad Bull who's going to defend him no matter what.
And I want to cut you, but I want to, like I did yesterday, I'm gonna bring it into context. I just want to show what Big Bad Bull is defending.
Legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
That's what this is. This comment is about this. Anybody need to hear it again? Let's just do it again so we're clear on what we're talking about.
That wasn't my point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
I'm taking a list of all that are bashing my brother Aaron O. This isn't right. This fuck. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring this part up. This conversation that we're having here isn't right. That's what he's talking about. This isn't right. And I am not so sure I can support anyone going against him. The nigga that just said, the nigga that literally just said, if I could marry a 16-year-old, I would. And it was legal, I would. He promotes having conversations, not this weird shit. So the shit he just said wasn't weird. Ain't that a bitch? Okay.
Family values. She just said, hold on, I can't pull the comment up. She said at least he said he would marry her and not just bust her down. It's a funny thing you say that because was it Ronan or you, Noble, who brought up the fact that when they were arguing this stance, all they talked about was sex.
Yeah.
No one was talking about molding her into a wife or a mother. No. None of that.
No.
Actually, they was arguing us down the fact that when is it right to turn them loose? They said when the fuck we say so.
That's when the fuck we said. Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Jesus.
This shit.
Yeah.
I'm convinced he's a bot.
Too many folks get jealous of another man's success. Aaron O, less than 2,000 subscribers. And then look for any and every reason to try to pull him down. Okay, let's just put this in proper.
My point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
Any and every reason, other than the ones he gives. Hold up, was that even the one? Right. And Aaron O is my #1 pick on YouTube, and I rock with tons of channels. That's what's up. That says a lot. So
I can't imagine how trash the other channels are. If that's your #1 pick,
that's a fact. That's our first one of the
bang,
night.
Bang, 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 bang.
You know, I told quite a few people, you can't rent, lease, or buy me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a thing about quality over quantity.
Amen.
And there's people that I ran into that have abundance of wealth and popularity. Others not too far from the gutter. My thing is like if it doesn't matter if you are a billionaire, trillionaire, if you're one of those pedos, if you're on that NAMBLA team or something like that, or just some outright deviant, I cannot fuck with you like that. I can't do it.
Nurse Fancy says she needs more context. I got you in a second. Don't worry, we'll get there. We're going through these comments first because this is like, what is it? Last in, first out.
Mhm.
So I don't know what is this the fucking super. Okay, let me look at these real fast. Okay, they the same ones, right? Okay, let's get rid of that one. So he says, y'all looking for a reason to hate on a brother and taking his topic combo completely out of context. The title of the live was Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. That was the title of it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how it's took out of context when we're directly dealing with what he actually said. Why not just schedule an interview with him and sort it out? Why didn't he schedule the interview with the rest of us and have a conversation? Like, what type of shit is this? Versus this reckless hate. Reckless hate? Very bad look. Oh, but the 32-year-old that said he would fuck a 16-year-old, that's a good look? No, that's just having a conversation. Amen.
Okay, PJ, let me ask you the question then. Would you marry a 16-year-old if it were legal? Oh, wait. We want to keep playing with all these hypotheticals. Like, if you plugged anything else into that scenario, it still doesn't work. Y'all are being illogical because of the person that said it. And the crazy thing is, y'all haven't even met him. Like, y'all likely haven't met him, at least to my knowledge. He ain't sent you no money. Y'all are the ones super chatting him, supporting him. This is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll marry her. What's your next
So you
question?
will.
Shit, I'm not making this shit up. I can't believe this shit is crazy.
You just said your whole argument been off the numbers. If you
It's fine. Let's go with it. It's fine.
Okay, hold on one second. Hold on.
Hey, Prince, I'll answer your question with a yes or no answer, but I want to be clear. I was talking about E Black's point. If you go back to
No,
the
I'm talking
beginning,
about earlier, before
relax.
you
That wasn't my point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her. What's your next question?
So you will. So
Yeah.
you will. So
wait. Hold on. She's legal. Wait. But that is hold on. Let me be clear. Is that the only determination that I would make to marry somebody, or do you say there has to be?
Of course, it got to be.
So there's that.
Why is it cool to make semantical arguments over bullshit?
I don't fucking know. I have no idea. But it's less about these things that we showed and more about the other people in this and that were mentioned. This is just the backstory and making sure we're clear on why we're saying what we're saying. Well, why Savannah's haven't run this live, I should say.
And I'm the one without morals, allegedly.
Yeah, that's what Fatty told
That's
Roland.
crazy.
He don't have morals because you didn't agree with him.
Okay.
The way his feelings told you should. Savannah?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Were those the only comments?
There's only one that says uploaded already.
Okay. All right.
Well, there's still one more.
Oh boy.
Did you have the one that's on the thumbnail?
I need to upload it.
Yeah, just upload it so it can be seen. Cause that shit crazy. It's dumb comments like this from dumb people like this. Podcast said he was 24, his baby moms was 17, wondering if that's cool. Do you think that compares to a content creator in present time? That's what Podcast said. You know what's crazy about that? Is that we can't prove none of that, whether he said it or not. What we can prove is watching Aaron O at 32 years old say that he would marry a 16-year-old. We can prove that. Find another place to do the fuck off idiot spin shit. Find a bridge and jump the fuck off.
Please, expeditiously. Okay, I just uploaded it. This is, in my opinion, the most wild comment.
So Big Bad Bull says there is a 16-year-old somewhere right now sucking multiple dicks under a bleacher willingly and enjoying it. Should it really matter the age of the dicks she's willingly sucking? Big Bad Bull, Aaron O supporter. Like this dickhead. You see the consistency? Because Fighter is upset with podcasts for having a live where Aaron O is being talked about. These are the piece of shit people that are around them, so you can see their faces. That's fine with your child being around a nigga that's sexualizing them. See, the difference, stupid nigga, is Podcast was the victim in that scenario. We're not talking about that. And Podcast wasn't a fucking content creator with fucking hundreds of people in a live chat every week when he was 17 years old. You stupid motherfucker. Go back to the group chat and play them games over there. You can't play them out here. Go back to the group chat. Go do that in demon time. Shit don't work out here. Yeah, soak it in.
You know what's crazy? To the people in the chat that didn't watch this live, nobody in the comments addressed Big Bad Bull.
Nobody. I was literally on the panel having a conversation with Podcast because I was asked to be up there. But if I'd addressed him, I'd have had to address another 8 niggas.
Yeah. I was too bad. My comments will pop up somewhere, but none of my questions got answered.
Here's another stupid nigga. How was he the victim if he was 24 and she was 17? Bro, I don't understand, bro. I don't know where these niggas come from, bro. I don't know where these niggas come from, bro. I don't understand.
I got nothing.
I don't get it.
I got nothing. Like, this shit is cool.
I don't. But it's not like you don't see what's on the screen. Like, why are we being distracted by dumb shit? It's like you don't see what's on the screen. This is a nigga that be in y'all chat. This is a nigga that post your channels.
And Big Bad Bull, thank you for the donation from the show, my last live stream. But this is the type of stuff that people don't talk about when you get on YouTube and start monetizing, or you start profiting off of your content. All money is not good money. Some people are trying to buy you. Some people are trying to silence you.
Wow.
And I don't want to take that chance, which is exactly why I set my channel up the way I did. If you want to make a donation, you have to share a channel that I have in my description box. You have to contribute something. And I'm just wondering in this. Oh, sorry.
Well, let me address this. First of all, nobody. This is what niggas like you need to understand. The live that I brought up was me talking about Daryl Long. And you know what happened on that live? A guy named Reaper came up and he told me about it directly. Nobody came up and told me nothing directly on any live about what Podcast said. So for me to say I'm being impartial because that's my guy, when you stupid motherfucker, I've been on Podcast live and dog walked him on his own show plenty of times on the principles. So don't try to. I'm the only one to get up there on his shit and trash him on his shit, because y'all niggas can't listen. So you just saying shit just to say shit. He may bust your ass, but it don't happen like that with me. I'm the only one that gets up on his own platform and dog walk him. We disagree a lot, but the difference between me and the rest of y'all, I'm not disrespecting the dude. You can say that shit for somebody that shit makes sense with. That shit don't make sense over it. You just saying dumb shit. Focus on the wrong shit. Driscoll TV, have a motherfucking comment about the post that's up here. Do that. Weak ass nigga. When the fuck did you do anything? What post did you make for this nigga Big Bag Bull saying the shit that he's saying? Fucking police officer. Clown ass niggas, bro. These niggas is worthless, bro. These are some piece of shit niggas, man.
I just
Appreciate you, Rona.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Ronan.
Huh?
Even this chat is disappointing.
Of course. Hey, like I said, man,
Oh,
this is
boy.
the type of support. This is the type of support niggas will never want.
Hmm.
This is the type of support niggas will never want in life.
Bitch boys in the comments.
Like you, like when you value, I guess, YouTube attention, because a lot of y'all niggas never got attention in your real life, over principles, that's when shit start getting weird. Why wouldn't this get checked, bro? These niggas, I just showed a video. This is how you know niggas is retarded. I just showed a video of this nigga saying shit and they're talking about podcasts. They talking about podcasts. These niggas
My
is,
point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
but they talking about podcasts. These niggas commenting about podcasts when that nigga just said what he said and Big Bad Bull comment is up here. But they commenting about podcasts. That's how you know you niggas is retarded. That shit is mind-boggling to me. You can't make this goofy, stupid, retarded shit the fuck up. That shit is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah. You know what's crazy though, Savannah, is that you see the hoism in a lot of these males. That's why this space gets dog walked by this them feminists and them black females. Because there's no men over here. There's no men that's gonna say anything. A lot of whole groupie males pretending to be masculine. Just fucking copying shit, wanna finally be in the group, wanna finally make the team just by regurgitating talking points. But not standing on shit.
Fighter, the last time we talked, I told you were illiterate, and nothing's changed because in the description, podcast name is not there. And if Noble, what did I tell you when we were back in StreamYard? I said I'm lighting beans up too, but it's for
That's a
different
fact.
reasons. Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Podcast,
That is a fact.
you always joke about us being ops, but you can go ahead and take my wrench because you do a terrible job, an absolutely terrible job, like most other channels, at keeping the people you complain about away. You do know you have the same block button I have. The one I'm about to use on Fighter, boop, he's gone, just like that. But y'all don't have anything, y'all don't have any integrity, and
Nope.
and you don't even believe the words you say. Oh, fatty this, fatty that. The nigga still had a wrench.
That's a fact.
Y'all are weak and spineless. And this makes me not want to do YouTube because y'all can't think for yourselves. I don't ever want to have a hive of people who are just clit writing me because you think I'm pretty or you like what I say. That's not what I want. This is embarrassing. And then the people in the comments cracking jokes like this is something to laugh about. Y'all are the same people when serious topics are being brought up or when your child is finally confronting you about something, you're changing the subject.
It's a fact.
It's so easy to spot y'all. And you know what? This is exactly why I was going at Chantel, because she's the type to coddle all of y'all and tell y'all are all strong, independent men who deserve a 10. She needs to be submissive. She needs to cook. Y'all don't deserve someone who can heat up a microwave dinner. This is pathetic. And y'all are supposed to be our leaders. Beans, always talking about picking a side. You have a person on a panel who said something where it's pretty clear you should probably pick a side. If the feds were to raid today, you would need to pick a side. And you stayed neutral. And it's not just you, Beans, but because it was your panel, it's like y'all have no spine. Thunder, I'm gonna drop the link so y'all can come up and explain to us, because we're so dense. Y'all can come explain to us Aaron's point that he didn't even defend himself. So I'm gonna drop the link for y'all.
Why are you doing that?
That wasn't my point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
That wasn't my point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
I think you know why I keep playing it over and over again? Because the nigga said that wasn't my point about legal. It didn't say that if she's 16 and she legal, I'll marry her. It's like, okay. All right, buddy. It's just take 2 seconds apart the statements. What you want me to do? Y'all niggas are worthless, bro. But it's cool. This is the conscious community number 2, I guess. I guess that's what y'all niggas is, man. The conscious community number 2. Y'all gonna just as fucking retarded as they are. Y'all one of the manosphere niggas? The manosphere and Hotep gonna be the same word. Y'all gonna be the same shit. Hotep and manosphere. The same shit, bro. Spineless niggas, bro. Ain't that something?
Well, I just dropped the link for anybody that wants to come up. Gonna pin it at the top.
That's what's up. I'm gonna go put it on mine. Yeah.
Yes, Sam.
And definitely J. Ali, Brittany B, if you want to come up, want to welcome. Super welcome. Because that's realistically and Big Bad Bull, explain yourself a little bit. And I don't think, did we get to CC?
Oh no, we didn't.
Yeah, but I mean that's the same statement. She says CC says, Big Bad Bull, I can't believe they are pushing this narrative when it should have been a space to have a conversation. Nobody said the thing they are coming with now. Let's just do this for CC. Let's just do this real
point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
This is comical.
But it's more so, it's not really about Aaron O at this point. It's more about y'all that's in the chat, y'all that's watching it, y'all that's gonna watch the replay. It's about y'all. Because
And you
it's
know
like, who
what?
else?
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. It's your show.
I kept asking myself this question after the Chantel live. When people in her comment section were saying she should sue for defamation and all this type of stuff. Have y'all ever thought about the consequence of you being wrong and you being silent?
Mm.
Because I'm content with going to jail or being sued. Okay, that's just that's the hill I'm willing to die on. Are y'all willing to live with the fact that maybe you're overlooking somebody who's raping a child, grooming a child? Can y'all live with that? And if you can, then bless your heart.
As a father, when I hear a statement like that, then that to me that's a God that would fuck a child if he could. That's how I'm
Yep.
taking that. You know what I'm saying? Like Dallas D said, yeah. I'm not sure how you can skirt around that statement. Well, Dallas D, just look around. You can look at this comments. You can look at this chat. Some of these comments that's been deleted by some of these people that have been blocked. You can go on my channel and look at the live I did yesterday, and that's how. So you just type shit that don't make any sense, and apparently that magically makes information that is, I guess, basic simple shit. I guess it makes it disappear. Words don't mean things no more, and then rocket science, and then magic and mystical, physical, stupid Narnia magic. I guess I have no idea.
And you know what? When things were happening with the Black Lives Matter movement and all these black men getting killed, it was a bunch of black women talking about posting squares on their black squares on their Instagram feed like that was going to do something. They coined the term "silence is violence." Where are y'all now? I'm the only one talking. Me, and Lexi, who was supposed to be here, but I started too late. Her, Dallas D. Where are they? Where's the outrage?
So Nurse Fancy, these are very serious allegations. Let's see if it's an allegation.
That wasn't my point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
So if the accusation is serious, what is the offense? Is the offense not just as serious? It's like y'all are only looking at what if we're wrong. Y'all don't think when we get on the panel and talk about these people the way we do, we're not already we haven't already thought our position through. Y'all are the ones refusing to question the people that you're defending so hard. Oh God. Hi Beans. Is that Black Dawn?
Yeah.
Things are back down. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up? I missed a lot over this week. What the fuck is going on?
We're asking the wrong ones. We're asking the wrong ones. We're the respondents. We're not the cause. We responded.
Yo.
Hey, what up, podcast?
What
up?
So this all. Only thing I really want to say is, I mean, I can oblige you and take away your wrench if that's what you want. But I think in this space it's probably like about 4 real niggas, and I'm pretty sure I'm one of them. I'm just different. That the problem is that if I like just held everybody accountable, like literally said, if I disagree with you, you can't be on my panel. Pretty much none of you motherfuckers would be on my panel. Like, I wouldn't be able to let nobody on. Pretty much everybody in this space has done some shit to piss me off, to make me, you know what I'm saying, feel like I ought to be violent towards them. Females and male. That includes world class with that Lexi shit. But I had to think about it. You know what I'm saying? And I just had to say to myself, what things, if I like just held everybody accountable, like literally said, if I disagree with you, you can't be on my panel. Pretty much everybody in this space has done some shit to piss me off, to make me, you know what I'm saying, feel like I ought to be violent towards them. Females and male. That includes world class with that Lexi shit. But I had to think about it. You know what I'm saying? And I just had to say to myself, do I want at a 10 and what things can be at a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at a 1 is like, damn, I wish you wasn't doing that. But at the same time, it ain't personal. It don't affect me really. You know, it's minuscule. And then at the 10, it's like, man, fuck this bitch ass nigga. Right? Ain't nobody really hit 10. You know what I'm saying? Really. Nobody really got to 10 yet.
Who came close?
Huh?
Who came close?
To 10?
Yeah.
They're alone.
And you
That's
still
a
had
given.
him on your panel.
Huh.
I do, because I see my position is this, and I this definitely does not make me spineless. My position is I believe in redemption, and I also unfortunately believe in karma. So if I believe in redemption and I believe in karma, if I don't offer redemption to people, I don't believe I can have it myself. I don't believe it will come back to me. I won't be able to get it. That sounds like whatever to a lot of people. A lot of people I know tell me that they don't believe in karma. Me and Sean Antonio had a long conversation about it. But it's something that I have believed in for so fucking long, and I just can't shake it. If I want something, I feel like I got to put it out in order for it to come back to me. And so because I believe in redemption and I want redemption, I value redemption. I value, people being able to let go of things I've done, or give me grace, allow me the space to grow up, to change, to be better than whatever it was that drove a wedge between us. Assuming I was wrong in the first place, right? Then I have to offer that too. I hadn't had Daryl Long on my channel for a long time. I had him blocked for a long time. I had a conversation with Sir Hale, and in that conversation we talked about, just really feeling like something was really going on with him mentally that he not really talking about, and just providing him with the grace to fix it. And so that's what I did. It took a while, took a couple of months, but that's what I did. So same thing with Fatty. I don't know why you said Fatty got a wrench, because Fatty don't get a wrench, but
Anymore.
I mean, yeah, he didn't.
one.
Even when we fell out, he had a wrench. It was because he sent money, so I just didn't take his wrench.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So you can be bought.
How is that being bought? It's a wrench. That it don't mean that much to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even give no wrenches out on the new channel until Lady Naveau told me to, because I wasn't even planning on it. She was like, "Come on, we can't protect you. We can't this and we that." I mean, she hit me on Instagram. I was just like, "Fuck it." So I just started giving everybody the wrenches again. I mean, it just don't mean anything to me like that, But he was trying to reach out. He was trying to make things better, and I was being an asshole towards him. And at the time, I just wasn't over the gaslighting that he and Thanos had done. In all honesty and hindsight, guess what? It did not benefit me to move with such anger and vitriol, to allow that gaslighting to affect me as much as it did. All it did was hurt me physically, and it hurt my business. So not even what they did or my relationships with them, just my own behavior and me going all off like that, and it just messed up my channel through YouTube. Using the F word too much.
So one quick question. So they're saying something about, you said, because I didn't see you say it, and I don't trust people that's fucking caping for niggas when they say shit. They said you you were 24 and your baby mama was 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was up with that?
I mean, I don't know, man. My dad was 24, my mom was 17. You know, it just happened. But it wasn't like when I was 24. Again, this is why I always ask people, when you draw the line, what's the difference? We're supposed to be having intellectual conversations. We never really do. They always go to the personal shit. But you know, I was nobody's mature ass, grown up ass, job, you know, career, goal oriented 24-year-old. I was just a knucklehead in the hood, high school dropout, felony at 17, homeless, living with my mom, smoking weed, hanging out with my brother, going to the club, riding around with the homies, trying to find girls to talk to, type of nigga. You know, and
So would you tell 24-year-old you that was a good decision? Not to say you would eliminate your child. That's obviously a lie. But is that something you would do again at 24?
Well, I mean, if I had to do my life over again, it wouldn't happen because I wouldn't be in the same position. Because, of course, I would have made better decisions. I would have been somewhere totally different than just in the hood chasing tail. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that it speaks to where people are psychologically and where people are maturity-wise. Again, what we're doing is, this is why I was having a conversation on my channel about at what age can you become a criminal. You're looking at 24 and you're looking at 17, and I'm asking you, what's the difference? And then when you start laying out those differences, you're not going to be able to say that applies to every 24-year-old. You're just not. And that's the reason why we have those type of situations. The 24-year-old that won't mess with a 17-year-old is the one that got his life going. Is the one that's on the right track. It's the one that's been raised healthy. It's the one that has a foundation. It's the one that's been had in principles installed in them. It's gonna be a healthier version of a male first, right? And that's how that's gonna play out. Like I said, my dad was 24, my mom was 17. It damn near felt like it was just in the stars for me to repeat this same thing. You know what I'm saying? At hindsight, though, of course. So much of my life has repeated like my father's. It should just be crazy when I think about it. And it was happening with my son too. And that's why I started getting on him to make changes, because he started going through some of the same things I did in his adolescent and teenage years. So
Go ahead, finish your
no,
thought.
I would literally and legitimately ask you, and especially Savannah, since she has all this vitriol for everybody, what is the actual difference besides the number between, let's just go with 24 and 17?
Well, I think we had a argument on Cheeky's channel about this a while back ago. I kind of had it out for you, not gonna lie, but I mean, it's just you kind of already laid it out. You kind of said that because a 24-year-old would have his life together, because a 24-year-old is on his purpose, he's doing what he needs to do, he wouldn't even be in the same room as a 17-year-old, and that's for good reason, because 17-year-olds don't even have that level of maturity to be in the same room as like 24-year-old men, right? So you kind of already conceded to that, I guess. I think that would be the main. If he's a healthy 24-year-old, he knows what he's doing and everything's fine, then he shouldn't even be in the same room as a 17-year-old already. So that's the issue. I think the main issue is that 24-year-old is just not healthy, and he's not in the right headspace to be messing with someone that young. So,
and then look, see, because everybody don't believe in the same thing, right? But you can maybe consider this coincidence. My daughter's mom, who was 17 when I met her, my son's mom, who was 20, I believe, when I met her, and my current girlfriend, who was also 20 when I met her, they were all born in the same year. So 1983, which is the same year that my grandmother died. So for me, and that's going off into another different space, right? That's going off into mysticism and different stuff, numerology and stuff like that. Everybody don't necessarily believe in that, but that's what I'm saying. What I try to do is I actually try to think about something. It's okay to feel, right? I feel a certain way. I could feel that one thing that wouldn't have happened is me at 24, I wouldn't have been with a 14-year-old. But at 17 years old, the chick I was screwing was 24. So nobody was bashing that. Nobody was making it seem like that was such this wrong thing.
Yeah, but that's because you were in a.
Hold on. Oh, you said when you
yeah,
were
go ahead.
17. When you were 17, you had a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because you were in a bad environment, though. So I think incidentally, you're kind of conceding the point as to why a 24-year-old shouldn't be with a 17-year-old, because these kind of bad environments kind of breed bad decisions, and most of the time lead to bad outcomes. So wouldn't that be like? And I'm asking you this question out of like, being genuine. Wouldn't that like kind of defeat your own argument, or wouldn't that already answer your own question?
No. What's the can a 24-year-old be with an 18-year-old?
Can he be? I don't think he should.
You said okay. What about a 21-year-old? Is that healthy enough?
Yeah, because a 24-year-old and a 21-year-old will be in the same room.
Okay,
typically.
what's the difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old?
Like I said before, a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old will not be in the same room. Like they won't be in the same level. They won't be on the same leg of life.
Like Dawn.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old?
A 21-year-old and a 17-year-old?
Yeah.
A 21-year-old and a 17-year-old. What's the difference?
I got you. The difference is 35,000 hours.
No, he's talking more.
No. But 35,000 hours is the difference of experience. If you work that much at a job, how much you think you make? Work a minimum wage. That's a ridiculous amount of hours of experience. It's obscene. Even if you were in the hood, if you was in a profession, 35,040 hours to be specific, is a ridiculous amount of experience and difference.
I could argue that the average 21-year-old didn't have as much experience as I had at 17.
But they were at least alive to have it. They were alive long enough to have it.
But they didn't. But they don't. That's the point.
What type of experience
you're giving? But see, again, like the experience that he just used, right? The example that he just used was work. But does that mean, does work equal to maturity?
No.
Okay. So again, so before you start questioning my experiences, right? This is what I'm saying. You have to. Okay, I can tell you the difference between a 70-year-old and a 17-year-old, right? We can see the difference. We can smell the difference. You can damn near hear the difference. The niggas grunting when you sit down, aching when you get up. You know what I'm saying? You way closer to death, right? Naturally, it's you can like literally verbalize the differences. But when I ask you what is the difference between a 21 and a 17-year-old, it's okay to just say you can't readily say it.
I can. It's
right.
35,040 hours of living experience that they are actually alive. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant to the fact that they were alive 35,000 more hours than the 21-year-old was alive 35,040 hours more than the 17-year-old. That gives them opportunity to fail and succeed and build. It only take 90 days to develop neurological pathways that's going to help you or hurt you. So they have 35,000 of those.
Right.
So that's the difference. For me, that's enough.
But again, here's what you do. You give correct answers, right? But that's not a substantiated answer. It's a correct answer.
How is it not substantiated? It's 365
because you're not proving that there's an actual difference. You're just saying a number.
That number is the difference.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The average 21-year-old in America has not experienced homelessness. The average 21-year-old in America has not been shot. The average 21-year-old in America has not had a STD. The average 21-year-old in America has not had a baby deleted child. The average 21-year-old in America has not been to jail. The average 21-year-old in America has not sold drugs and ran from the cops and been in gunfights. I was through all of that by 17. All of that with the 35,000 less hours.
But that doesn't.
So again, you can't. This is what I'm saying.
You can
it's
because
okay.
you
I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to bait.
But listen, you're not
conversation.
remembering what you said. You said what's the difference between a 17-year-old and a 21-year-old? Not podcast, not a guy in Idaho, not a Crip, not a gang. You just the general difference between those two is that number.
And you use and
that's around Earth.
And the example that you used was working, and not all 21-year-olds have worked.
What I'm saying is the difference. If you worked a difference of 35,000 hours, that's a ridiculous difference. You can see that
it is.
Yeah. If you put that much 35,000 hours of training, if you did 35,000 hours of mothering or fathering, no matter where you put that difference, you're gonna wherever you put that number, you're gonna see a dramatic difference. 35,000 hours is not light.
But the key word in that sentence that you keep repeating is if.
The if is already there because it's the difference between 17 years and 21 years.
Right, but what does that mean? That person. This is what I'm saying. The 21-year-old versus the 17-year-old, you can change that if to that motherfucker just been playing a video game for 35,000 more hours. Ain't been experiencing nothing else. Ain't been learning nothing new. Ain't been reading no books. Ain't been training and preparing for nothing. Ain't been having no principles or no guidance or nothing poured into them. So you're just throwing out a number. A number that does not represent an actual difference.
It represents a lot because the word hour is behind it. And that happens on Earth. So they have earthly experience at 35,000.
What does that have to do with sex and relationships, though?
The thing that makes it difficult, world class.
It's nothing to get lost.
No way. So listen, I rock with you, right? And it's funny when you do this to other people, but it's like, bruh, we're having a conversation.
It's the answer to your question.
I know. I've already said that. It's the answer. But it's not substantiating a visible or tangible difference. There's nothing about the extra hours that you can actually point and say, in every instance, this is going to be the case.
That wasn't the question. The question was, what was the difference?
See what I'm saying? I know what you know what I'm asking.
Beans and Black Dawn. Can I get y'all's thoughts on Big Bad Bull's comment I'm about to pull up?
Yeah, sure.
This one right here. I'm not reading it. Y'all can
read it out loud. Okay. There's a 16-year-old somewhere right now sucking multiple dough. What the fuck? Under a bleacher willingly and enjoying it? Should it really matter the age of the? She's willing to. What the fuck kind of what?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's what you type.
So fucking crazy.
So
I don't even get it. I don't get it.
Here's the thing, right? I know exactly how that looks. I know exactly how that looks. I know exactly how that read. I get the same, reaction that you all get when you read it. I'm probably biased just because of the fact of who it is. And I be feeling like these people be like me, intentionally asking certain questions to provoke people, right? Because I remember when I asked the question, if they say a man who can't provide is not a real man. So I said, does that mean a woman who can't make a baby, right? A woman who can't give birth to a baby isn't a real woman. And it was hundreds and hundreds of comments, and people was telling me I was cruel and I was demeaning and devaluing women and all this other stuff when they just didn't get the point that I was trying to make. You're doing the same thing to men by saying this one essential function that you think they're supposed to have. If they don't have it, that automatically makes them not real men, right? They went right past that and just went to, targeting me. I'm kind of hoping this is coming from the same place. But like I said, I will admit that I get the same. I have the same reaction to it instinctively that you all have to it. It sounds bad. It's definitely not. Does not look good in print.
Or any form. The question I have is, so what do you do with that feeling?
Well, first things first. Like, I want to say, like, I'm kind of in the same boat as the little podcast, but not really, because I want to be. This is the thing I'm trying to practice be when I get into these spaces. I'm trying to practice to be more charitable to other people. I'm trying to be more less of an asshole, because I'm starting to become one, and I'm trying not to be. But I mean, what context or what possible scenario where would this comment would seem sane? I'm just struggling to find it. So go ahead, Savannah. I'm sorry. Yeah. What did you ask again?
What, Beans, you said you feel the same way, or you have the same initial reaction to this comment, but what are you then going to do with this feeling? Because to sit there and to see that it's your man's or it's your guy, you vouch for him, you respect him, and then to not say anything or to get clarity on if he was being a contrarian, it's like we just let anything slide, and that's why people feel so open and comfortable saying things like this out loud. He had to, that's a lot of characters. He had to sit there and type all that out, put all these star emojis, and he really sent that. That's intentional. And the fact that nobody, even me, I was so flabbergasted just reading it that I couldn't even address him in the comments. He said hi to me and everything. What are we then going to do with this feeling, as opposed to just looking at this comment and saying, you know what, he was tripping. On to the next stream. That's just big bad bull. That sounds like what a lot of our family members tell us about our trauma. Oh, that's just uncle so-and-so. That's just auntie so-and-so. That's the problem.
So here's the thing, right? Like I said about myself, I literally tried to do the moral police thing. It's not even worth it. I didn't see this comment until I saw the thumbnail, though, because I don't really get comments like that all the time. But when I saw the thumbnail,
the time.
Again, look at this.
That
I know that it's not. I know world class, so I know that it wasn't. What is that word? Doctored, right? I know that it was an actual.
It's in your chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know nothing about this until I saw the thumbnail.
That shit crazy.
If you see, I left a comment before the show even started. I was like, whoa, right? Because I never saw that in the chat. But again, what am I gonna do about it? Not a motherfucking thing. I tried that shit. I tried to do the hold everybody accountable. And you know what it got me? Fucking nothing. It got me broke. I quit my job to run my podcast. And all that shit got me was no motherfucking super chats, no motherfucking PayPals, no motherfucking cash apps, right? Because you mentioned earlier when I said about Fatty, he was like, oh, so you can be bought. I can't be bought. I cuss this nigga the fuck out every chance I get. So what, I accepted his money and I let him keep a fucking wrench on YouTube. But see, y'all got bags though. Everybody else rich, right? So y'all don't understand what somebody like me might be going through. I was supposed to be making my living with this YouTube shit, and now I'm not. But guess what? The universe provided. I lost the YouTube and they turned around and gave me Section 8. Right? So the karma, right? The karma was, all right, nigga, you fucked up your YouTube, but we gonna take care of you for a minute and let you get yourself back straight, right? But I mean, if I'm in conversation, I was like, yeah, Big Bad Bull, what was up with this? Because here's the thing, though, I'm gonna be honest with you. If World Class had posted this, and I know you don't have to respond, okay? Because I know you're gonna say no, it's not true. But if World Class had posted that comment, I think you and I both would be looking at that comment different. We would be looking at it like he's actually changed the way
you talking about me?
Yes. And that's why I said
Um,
I know you're gonna say that you wouldn't. It's okay. This
no,
is
no,
just
no, 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 Noble,
on the thing.
Noble, Noble. When we first, connected on YouTube, didn't I tell you about a couple things that I didn't like you doing on your channel?
That's a
In
fact.
particular about managing some of the things that you were co-signing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Point
I
taken.
know
Point taken. Point taken.
that, and I get it because if it was any other woman up here, you would have had a point. But I'm an anomaly, so I'm here to
That's
break up all of this stuff that we just let fly. What's normal is not common.
yeah.
So I
People
got
get
two
those
things.
confused.
I got
Really quickly, Black Dog, I just want to finish the sentence. Point
yeah. Go
taken.
ahead.
But so I'll just speak for myself and just say, if it was world class, guess what? I would be thinking about, I know world class, my opinion of world class. Oh, he's trying to challenge people the way that they think, because that's not an indictment on what he would do himself just by posing the question. So that's what I'm saying. Like I said when on my own show about Aaron, I'm like, I'm probably viewing it from a biased point of view because of what I think of the person and saying, oh, he's saying it for this reason, to be provocative in such a way to spark somebody to think a certain kind of way. Same thing I would apply to world class. Same thing right now I'm applying to Big Bad Bull. But in conversation, I mean, next time we get to chat with him, I'm sure to come up.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
just
I appreciate you at least meant that part, but I
yeah.
mean, there's some things are, front and center. Go ahead, Savannah.
I want to say, I'm sorry, Black Dawn. The
No,
the
no, no. Go ahead.
bias is you thinking something despite what you see, right? You having integrity is you still questioning them after you have that second thought, right? If you were to just the problem I have with this whole Aaron situation is I'm not seeing anyone publicly asking him what his intentions were, asking him to break down anything. Right? They're just blindly going with what he's saying and defending his name in every chat. But nobody's pressing him, that's when it's past you just being biased. You're being a sheep at this point. That's what I want to convey.
Well, from what I was told, Robbie did a show and called him up and questioned him about it, and according to Reaper, he doubled down. So,
Robbie was being condescending than a motherfucker, so that was not pressing of any kind.
So I'm sorry. I just want to say, like, I got two things, right? So this is for you, Savannah. So what do you think outside of like questioning him and like, just calling him out, yo, this is kind of weird. What the fuck kind of statement is this? What else do you think, like, should we do?
Well, if this were real life, if this were me and this were somebody I supported, I would pull back support, no friendship, no financial support. I'm not supporting you publicly or in private. People have to start realizing there are consequences to your actions. And while you may be close friends with them, you have great history with them, you've got to draw a line in the sand somewhere. So I would say stop supporting, but I know people aren't going to do it because it's an addiction at this point. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, and then my second thing would be shit, I forgot. It's losing me.
My fault. Real quick. I had a damn mute on. Driscoll TV. My bad. I got him confused with Dre, the cop podcast. I got him confused with that. So he was in the back. I told him I would apologize to him when he came up, but I got him confused with the cop. So that was my fault. I was wrong on that. Yeah, go ahead, Black Don. Finish saying what you were saying. And then we have somebody in the back too. So with the Savannah, get back to see if she had any other questions. But go ahead, Black Don.
Yeah, well, the second thing is I saw a guy in the chat. I think his name was like Isaiah Jr. or something. It's like, yeah, 60-year-olds be sucking dick. That is true. It's like, we're fucked. We should 60-year-olds shouldn't be sucking dick.
Yeah.
Like I know, like I'm laughing right now, and like and people will be like, "Why are you laughing at? This is serious." I'm laughing because like my brain is like shattered. That's why.
Yeah.
Like I can't process what the fuck is going on.
Bro, I've been stressed out since I did that damn live. I don't even get it. And it's just the response of people that you got respect for is what's blowing the fucking shit out of me. I don't understand it. And then niggas talking about some clout shit. Nigga, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here.
I don't know if you were in that. Like, didn't Anton go like on a whole?
Yeah. Yep.
On some random African dude.
The nigga Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he called Fantastic. I'm like, I don't want to say.
Black Dawn, I'll do you one better. I said it earlier in the stream, and I said it on my stream yesterday. Wasn't this group, this Aaron O, Fight Club, Anton Daniels group, Lapeef group, wasn't these the same people that were in the chat when Anton was going at Glenn Cameron? The same Glenn Cameron that said he took the mother took the dick out of her mouth and put it in her daughter's. Wasn't that consensual? Wasn't they like going at him with a lot of fire, right? This was the same. These are the same people, right? The same group. These are the same names you see 2 years ago. Oh, okay. Y'all the same niggas, right? Okay, so why y'all got that same smoke for Aaron? Yeah.
I didn't
that part.
So
that part.
Hi, Cider. Cider?
Oh, you hear me? You hear me?
Yeah.
All right, what's going on? Now, my whole thing is, right, I don't have a dog in this fight. I have people that, because I made a video about Aaron, that they don't support my channel no more because of what I said about Aaron, right? Or because I made a video of speaking about this topic. But my whole question is the consistency thing, right? So now, what you heard of podcasts, we know there's a difference between 32 and 16 and 24 and 17. There's a different gap there, but is that acceptable? I'm just asking a question.
We just went over that.
You're speaking about two adults?
Sorry, say that one more time.
You're speaking about two adults?
Okay, so 17 and 24, you think is acceptable? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just want to know what you think.
I was talking about the latter ages. I thought you said two older age brackets.
No, okay. The issue is 32 and 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 30, right? So I wouldn't imagine dating a high schooler right now. That's not something that I would be cool with. But now, is 24 and 17 cool to you? That's my question.
I would say no.
Would you put them in the same category, or would you say it's more reasonable?
I wouldn't put them in the same category.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just want to understand where the stance is, because I didn't know if it was the same energy for podcasts. You know, that's all I wanted to understand. I'm not defending anything.
But here's the thing: why would it be the same thing for podcasts? Podcasts. Are you saying that a 24-year-old is a fucking 17-year-old right now in real time?
No.
Okay, so why would it be the same thing for podcasts as it is for Aaron O? Why would it be the same?
No, because the girl in the age gap, it is an age gap, but I want to know, do you feel like that's okay? Because it doesn't matter. It's already set in stone. It already happened.
So it's not about the age gap. It's about the dude Aaron O in real time right now at 32 years old that said in real time, I would marry a 16-year-old. Podcast in his 40s is not saying that. Podcast is not 24 years old saying he would marry a 17-year-old. So why would we have the same visceral for podcasts as we would Aaron O? Is the question I have for you.
The reason is because we would say that age gap is a problem when it comes to dating, right? Or sex, right? That's an issue, correct?
You keep saying age gap when I just talked about the people that we were talking about. The person podcast didn't say it was good in real time. The person Aaron O said it was good. Podcast is in his 40s. He's not 24. Aaron O is 32.
Okay, now we're speaking on something that happened. Now we have to go back, right? Because sometimes people commit crimes and they come later to go get them, right? So
that's not what he's saying, though. He's saying that
we understand what Aaron said. Some people say, oh, it's whatever. Some people disagree with that. So what I'm saying, okay, we got past that already. So now with podcast, he was 24 at the time. The girl was 17. That's when they had the baby. So what I'm saying is that okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he did it. It happened. So you guys are saying that it's not okay.
What did the person that you just what did the person
okay.
What did the person that you just said it say?
Yeah, he said it's not okay. We already went past that.
So he's not. You guys don't consider him a predator?
What did he just say?
He said no, that he doesn't think it's right, and then he wouldn't do it again.
And even if he was, wouldn't that have been 20 years ago? If not 18 years ago?
All right, but the thing is, right? Wait, this is the funny part. This is the funny part. No, this is the funny part. Let's say if I commit an atrocity at 15, or let's say I'm a grown man. Let's say at 30, 20 years from now, it doesn't change what I did at 30. It just time went by.
It sure enough don't. Now, where's the funny part? I'm missing it.
No, it's because it seems like you're going around the circle. Like you're not like. Do you think you said that it's wrong, right? 24 and 17 is wrong to you.
The person you said it was wrong. Now what?
Okay, but he did it. So y'all cool with that? Just
because he said it was wrong.
I guess the question is
no. So are y'all gonna like not fuck with him no more? That's what I'm trying to say. Like find out. Are y'all not gonna fuck with podcasts anymore? Because just because I admit, just because I did something that was wrong, and later on I admit, hey, yeah, I was wrong. It doesn't mean you get a pass now because you admitted you did something wrong. A lot of rapists and predators, they admit their guilt.
What you're showing right now is the problem with this space. Y'all have a serious, just standard issue convoluted mind. You're not even getting it. What you're missing is, I don't know how many times I said real time. Take nothing out of what I'm saying. Don't take any part out. Aaron O this week said that if he would marry a 16-year-old
at 32,
that's the problem. At 32 years old, that's the problem. Don't remove anything. Don't add a hypothetical. Now, your question was, where's the same smoke for podcasts? Yes? Did I miss anything yet? People on the chat, on the panel, people in the chat, did I miss anything yet?
No.
Well, he's saying he's saying that I think I know what Fighter's saying. He's saying like, are you? Because Savannah said that.
Trust me, I completely get it. It's the part he's missing that I want to introduce.
Because Savannah said that you're not going to give him support, you're going to cut him off, you're not even going to donate, you're not going to. So are you going to do the exact same thing?
But Black Dawn, those are consequences. We're still dealing with the principle of why it's a problem. Okay. Mm-hmm. Why the consequences are even being enforced is the principle. What podcast is saying is that it was wrong, and you only know it because he told on himself, right? Yeah. So he knows it's wrong. He gave the information, and he's saying it's wrong right now at this day. Aaron O is saying that if it was legal, right? I would marry a 32. I would marry a 16-year-old, which means to a parent, if you could fuck a child, you would. What podcast is saying is the opposite of that. I wouldn't fuck a child if I could because I know it's wrong. Even if I was 24 years old back in the day, I wouldn't fuck a 17-year-old because I know it's wrong. So why would I have the same problem? Removing nothing from what I just explained is why we have a problem with Aaron O.
Okay.
That's the problem. If you remove nothing, if you don't come up with no hypothetical and deal with the facts, it's not going to be the same.
Okay. So Fighter's stuck on
Fighter's
stuck on a consequence.
You stuck on consequences.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, because I'm not saying podcast is right or wrong. I'm just trying to understand because it would seem like it's consistent with your way of thinking. Like, okay, I'm not dealing with anyone over there. I'm cutting ties with a lot of those people that still support Aaron because I want to be in a space of genuine, quote unquote, people, right? So now podcast admitted that when he was 24, he dealt with someone that was 17. Now he said, yo, you know what? I was wrong for that because of my lifestyle, right? I'm not trying to condemn him or I'm not trying to applaud the behavior. But it doesn't matter when you do something wrong in law. It doesn't matter if you admitted it. You're gonna pay the consequence. G. Depp, he killed somebody. He went on his way to admit it that he killed someone. He robbed someone, and they still give him 10, 15 years, despite the time period in him admitting guilt because his conscience was killing him. So, I
mean, but to be honest with you though, like I agree with you. I agree with you, bro, and that's why I think. Honestly, I think you should come to Chicago and give me my consequences, bro.
You're not. Listen, I have family in Chicago. Listen. I have no problem with confrontation, brother. Like
I know you don't.
Wait,
I know you don't.
Let's not do that. Right?
Let's not do what? No, listen. It's okay.
Tell somebody to pull up. There's no point in the conversation.
Okay.
I know how to find you online. You know, next time I go to Chicago. If you don't.
No, God, please, no.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Y'all let y'all cool off a little bit.
Hi, E-Black.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, whenever you have a conversation like this and someone starts pulling out whataboutisms, where it's like, well, what about Woody Allen? What about like, it's completely deflecting the conversation and the accountability of what we're trying to have. Again, there's no point of bringing in everyone. Well, where's the smoke for this? What about George Bush and like it completely derails the point that the person's trying to make. And when people are doing whataboutisms, it makes me look at them with the side eye. Like, why are you fighting so hard to bring the whole world into this one point that we're making about, in this case, Aaron O? What is the point of? Why are you doing all the whataboutisms? It's what Donald Trump used to do all the time, and that's how he got, really good in debates. But he wasn't debating. It was about points that. We were saying, well, what about this? What about that? It's a thing that children do.
That's a fact.
I feel like he was just trying to draw out hypocrisy. I feel like that's what he was attempting
podcast to do. into a pointless debate while we like making it about you when we having a whole fucking live doing stupid shit. Now I'm gonna bring you back up. Can you act like you over 18 since we having an age conversation? Y'all think y'all can get it together and stop wasting our motherfucking time with y'all bullshit? You think y'all can do that?
I was defending myself, sir.
You weren't doing a good job.
No, sir, you were not defending yourself.
Find another time to defend yourself.
Yeah. No. Hey, real talk before y'all get into that. Podcast, you here?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Y'all funny, man.
Yeah, hey, podcast, I told World Class the same thing. The other day, I was wilding, and when I look back at the situation,
E-Black.
I'm sorry. I just want to say, y'all some real niggas, and I appreciate y'all for what the conversation with y'all was doing, and I just wasn't really in the mode. So, this is the first time I get to talk to you, so I appreciate y'all for being real niggas, and I just didn't listen. I'm just being real.
Do you have anything to add to the current conversation?
Yeah. I definitely have something to add to this. I think when you look back at the situation, I was one of the people who were defending the children. And, I think we get into this quagmire of saying, oh, well, if it's 25 and a half and a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old, is that bad? It's like, we all know why we separate 18-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 25-year-olds, even 35 and up clubs. I think society has defined that. So
yeah, whose mic is that? Yo.
I don't know.
Yo, Funk, turn your mic off.
I think society has made a line in the sand in regards to those topics. So, I appreciate, especially a young lady like you, for speaking up on it, because clout is a hell of a drug. People don't want to speak out about stuff, and sometimes when it's time to speak up, I think a lot of times we cower because of views subscribers, clout, all that. And it's not right. Like if you're gonna be about you, if you're gonna be like, I've talked to a lot of Black Power people, and they fold every time. They'll sit there and let a person tell you, "Oh, your culture is trash. Who you are is trash." And it's like, okay, no, I'm gonna speak up about it. And if I gotta fall back, that's what it is. So I apologize. I know y'all was going into the little smoke, but I wasn't coming up for that at all.
Okay, well, thank you for giving your thoughts. What were you gonna say?
No, I wanted to get Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah, I wanted to get what the funk. I know he was in. He had came in. I think a little bit before
Yeah.
he Black. I wanted you to get in. Some of the things Savannah said. I know you was responding when you first got in, but I wanted you to get in. Hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, go ahead, Blair.
If you available.
Jay?
How about you?
Yeah, I'm here. Did you have a question, or you just wanted me to kind of get my perspective of what you guys have been saying?
Yeah, that part.
Well, the thing I go back is my grandfather always said that if you're doing the right thing as a man, there's no reason why you can't seduce and intrigue a woman your age. And if you're doing the right things, there's no problem with that. Now, if you're talking about age gap, sorry, can you guys hear me? Am I coming in clear?
Yeah, we hear you. We're listening.
All right. Now, if we're talking about 24 and 17, it's legality, whatever. Like I'm sure you can find some wiggle room. Well, certain states say this, and certain states do, or certain countries you can do this. But as far as just like, I think your moral code, I think it's no better than that. But I think when men say, well, it's okay, that shows that they really have a different level of how they see women. Because if you don't really want a woman for a muse type energy, if you don't want a woman for, if it's just a lust thing, then I think that ends up kind of walking you into that kind of mentality where it's like, well, shit, when she's that young, maybe, like, I think once you start to toe that line, you're already on the wrong path. So if you're going that young at 24 and you're like trying to justify 17, you do need to kind of like think about it. But now it was a different time, so maybe it was okay. But when you're like 30 and still thinking about well 18 and that's where it's too wrong. Now 20s, I can kind of give it some wiggle room, but when you're talking 30 years old, that's that Roman kind of mentality. That's that over pagan kind of mentality where it's like, let that girl grow up, let that girl have through her experience. Like, why do you want to be the one responsible for the deflowering? Why are you the one that wants to be the one that? Let's dive into that. Why do you want a woman that young? Why? Well, she'll do what I say. Is that what it is? Because you can find a woman around your age bracket that can do what you say if you're on your right purpose, if you're on your right path. So what is it really? And that's why I think it's really good to have this conversation, because it makes people dive deeper into what their thought process is about this.
I just think it's obvious, like, children cannot bear the full consequences of like having sex. I think that's just, I don't know what else to like say there beyond that. Like, I think that just be obvious, like an obvious one. I don't know.
Okay, let me say something real quick. I need to just address this really quick. World class.
What's up?
You're my guy.
Mm-hmm.
I let you go ham on my show that day when it was you and Angry Man.
Yep.
But do you see what I mean? How I don't get things back that I give to people. You see? There was no need to drop me down. It's obvious this dude has a bias against me. I don't
Podcast,
know
you're
why.
being immature. Podcast, you're threatening me.
Wait.
Okay, hold up, y'all.
Hold up.
First of all,
I'm talking to World Class right now.
No, but listen, this is her show. It's not my show.
Mm-hmm.
We simulcasting from this is hers. It's not my show.
So who pushed the button?
I did.
Now, I want to say something real quick. If I was in high school, podcast, listen, podcast. If I was in high school at 17 and men in their 20s taking all the high school girls, I would have been mad as fuck. I remember, I'm like, damn, all these old niggas taking all women. Like, this is we gotta compete with these dudes that have houses or cars or their own spot. and we just young broke teenagers. I hated guys like you.
But it's a lesson that we had to learn because we had
right.
to learn
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I
these women are ours.
So I didn't get to finish what I was saying, right?
Because because what they were doing was de-escalating the situation, sir, and that's why they dropped.
I'm not talking to you though. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
We're trying to have because you're going to go down a conversation that's not part of the conversation. You're upset that you got dropped.
It's okay for me to say something really quickly. If it wasn't, he would have just said that. I'm not trying to go into no riff or nothing.
Go ahead.
I'm straight, bro. I don't need you to do nothing for me right now.
You good? Go ahead.
So, but to your point, this ain't your show. I get that, but you pushed the button.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about that.
Oh, good God.
We're going to have to talk about that.
I think we all know
here's
that.
the thing on the subject.
Okay.
So it's funny to me because people just be talking, bro. They don't be listening to themselves, right? So you just heard somebody allude to the fact that in different culture, people practice different things, right? And so right after that, a person will say, but you know better. Which one is it? Because both of those things can't exist at the same time. It's either
absolutely they can, sir. Your culture can tell you one thing, and your morality can tell you another thing.
Say that one more time.
Your culture can tell you one thing, but your morality, your conscience, can tell you another thing.
No. So, if culturally, right? I'm not talking about no gangbanging shit. I'm talking about cultural practices that people do. Right? Culturally, the women wear hijabs or whatever, and that's just what it is. But over here, we think that they suffocating, control, and smothering those women or whatever. But over there, they have their reasons for why they do it. And the women say, hey, yeah, I wear my hijab proudly because woo, 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 right? We know different cultures get married at younger ages and all this other different stuff, right? But we have our own personal feelings about it. But the thing that y'all niggas be failing to accept is that in America, black people, the black community, and black culture is not a fucking monolith. So when you looking at what people are doing, you're judging it based on your lens on what you think is right or wrong. But you don't know what that person knew. You don't know what the culture was around them. You don't know what they were taught. What's right or wrong? You have no clue.
So do you believe in moral relativism? Little podcast?
You have to break that down. I know that's philosophical, but you have to break that down.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's been a while.
So moral relativism is basically saying that whatever is right within the culture, that means it must be right. So meaning that, let's just take a more extreme example. So back in Germany in 1945, you know what they were doing with the, God's chosen people. In that culture, that would have been right under the pretense of moral relativism. Go ahead and killing, God's chosen people because they're in that culture. You see what I mean? So do you believe in moral relativism in that context?
I don't think I do. I remember when I took philosophy and I took ethics, and we discussed those things, and we talked about, utilitarianism and all the different moral theories. It was very difficult to just pick one out of the bunch, right? Just like Republican, Democrat, they both pieces of shit. Conservative, liberal, they both pieces of shit, but they both also had their good things, right? I don't necessarily believe that. What I know, though, is, right, that you can be 24, you can be 17 and have way more experience. Your mind could work better, your culture could be better, your principles could be better, your life, your love, your nurturing, your discipline, your everything could be completely better, and you could be on a way more healthier success track, right? Than a 24-year-old that got 7 years before, that got 7 years head start on you. And
I want to stay to the point though, right? So so you don't believe that moral relativism is a good thing. Do you also believe that other cultures are better than others? Do you think that some cultures are better than other cultures?
You just said I don't believe moral relativism is a good thing when I said I didn't know.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay. I thought you said you didn't say it was a good thing. Okay,
No,
that's cool.
I'm saying it's like you could give me one example, but I bet you there's another one, right? And then so out of that other example, I might be like, yes. But then you give me another example, and then I'll be like, no. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like I can't really pick. The only thing I was able to just pick is being heterosexual, being a vice lord, being black. You know what I'm saying? Like being a dad, I could pick those things. I knew I
You
wanted
can't
to
pick
do
being
those
black,
things.
so you already
for
are
sure
black.
I can pick those things.
Whoa, hold on.
When it comes to moral theories, that shit ain't easy.
So do
When I
you
was
think
24, I could pick not fucking with high schoolers.
wait, do you think that other cultures are better than other cultures? Do you think some cultures are better than others, like objectively speaking?
Yes.
Like if we look at other cultures, we see their outcomes, we see their societies, we see how they're built. Do you
Yes.
think you could take like a moral lens to their cultures and just be like, okay, this culture is kind of shit. I gotta like this culture better.
Yes.
Do you believe in that podcast?
Absolutely.
This for podcasts, not no.
It's hard to say that in totality. I mean, maybe if I actually took the time to think about it, but I see good in them and I see bad in them. It's good in Christianity. It's bad in it. It's good in Islam. It's bad in it. It's just, I don't know. I straddle the fence with a lot of things. It's hard to just pick something. But on the specific topic, what I'm saying is the arguments that people are making is feelings and numbers. Right? That's it. It's feelings and numbers. Forget whether you think it's right or wrong. Substantiate the point. Right? Because at the end of the day, guess what? This is not going to stop happening because there are going to be people who resonate with each other from different age groups. That's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And when you're like in Illinois, the legal age for consent is 17. Right? So when you're a 17-year-old boy and the girlfriend you're dating is a 24-year-old woman with a 3-year-old kid, nobody is saying anything.
And it's wrong. They should be. But our culture.
Okay, but wait. So wait. To your point, if it's wrong and it should be, why didn't anybody say
that's
anything?
why this conversation is why it's important. Because again, our culture says that this shit is okay, and maybe we should be having a conversation to kind of expose how it's not.
Okay. Yeah, I want to ask a question about that too. So world class, I see that you're like an activist online. So like in real life,
you said what?
You know, in real life, you say you're a killer and gangster. Like, did you ever hang around when you were younger? I'm asking you a question, bro.
Stop saying stupid shit.
Please.
Stop saying dumb shit. Stop saying dumb shit. Activists online, and I said you and your clown little friends, y'all can't find nowhere on the internet where I said I was a killer or a gangster. I don't even fucking say gangster. I only say gangster when it's in the rap songs. Stop saying dumb shit. You do anything else, I'm dropping you and blocking you from this fucking channel. Last time. I'm not your dad. I'm not your mama. I'm not gonna talk to you 2, 3, 4 fucking times. Last opportunity you got.
Yes, sir, noble sir.
Ask your question.
Yeah,
he getting the fuck out. He getting the fuck out. Wow. All right, go. I don't got time for stupid shit. I'm not nobody's plaything. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll be open. I had to change some of my thoughts of culture because I thought culturally it makes sense to circumcise my son. I'm circumcised. Maybe in America, our culture, like most of us are circumcised, but over here in the rest of the world, like it's completely different. So when I tried to have the argument of like, well, I want to circumcise my son, they just, well, why? And when I got deeper into it, it really didn't make sense. And then when I really started to do some research, I kind of started to realize what they use that for. And the reason in our culture in America, like we circumcise because there's real important things that the powers that be want in that in the foreskin. Mm-hmm. And so culturally, the elites have tricked us into thinking that foreskin stuff is not important. And so we have been giving the same way with abortions. They use everything that the blood, they use all of that for whatever they want to use it for, if you want to get really deep about it. So I had to unlearn what I thought culturally to kind of see and become different. And I think that's what we need to kind of do with this kind of conversation, because culturally it was like, I remember young girls were, hollering at older guys. And yes, we all know our culture has accepted this. But morality, I think if we really look deeper into it, we'd have a different morality and then see that it's wrong.
The thing I was trying to get at is because Lil Podcast, he already self-admitted what he did back then was wrong, and we saw the outcomes of what happened. You made 17-year-old. I'm not trying to dog at you or nothing, but I'm saying like you made a 17-year-old woman a baby mama. That's bad. Like we all agree that having that outcome is a bad outcome, and that's what I was trying to get at. Like this culture, that you're saying where, why can't a 24-year-old get what? I mean, a 21-year-old get with a 17-year-old, and that's kind of the reason why. I mean, you get those type of outcomes, and those outcomes are a negative outcome for the Black community as a whole. And that's why that culture.
You can, but should.
I know you think that's a good argument, but it's not. Because again, I wasn't in a healthy situation, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why the outcome was what it was. So what the fuck? Let me ask you, and I would beg of you, please, to not give the same answer that World Class gave. You're okay with a 24-year-old marrying a 21-year-old, correct?
Yes.
What's the difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old?
Well, one's a 3-year gap and one's a 4-year gap. That's the first difference.
All right.
You asked the question, right?
What's the difference between a Charger Hellcat and a regular Charger?
I don't know what a Hellcat is, but essentially, you say what's the difference between a 21-year-old marrying a 24-year-old, or a 21-year-old marrying a 17-year-old? Correct?
No,
so,
no, just the one.
Let me finish the example since you won't. The difference between a Charger Hellcat and a regular Charger, which looks the same, right? One of them has a V8 engine and the other one has a V6 engine. You see how there's a literal difference that you can point to.
Okay.
One of them is 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. The other one is 0 to 60 in 10 seconds. You can point to differences. One of them has 2 pipes hanging out the back with the chrome fixture, and the other one, the pipes are hidden under there. There's a difference. One of them comes with leather and a sunroof. The other one, no roof, cloth seats. So when I say what's the difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old, I'm asking for something tangible.
So do you think there's no physiological differences between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old?
The 21-year-old might be thicker, and at the same time, she might be thinner, because all bodies aren't made the same.
Yeah, but I think the core focus, and I think World Class and Savannah would agree, is the physiological aspect of it is not what's being like focused on. Like no one cares about the physiological aspect. People are more concerned about the mental aspect of it. That's the number one issue.
I'll give it.
So
answer that. I'll feed into it. What's the difference between a meal that takes 40 minutes to be cooked and it only takes 20 minutes, and you take it out at 20 minutes? What's the difference? That's the equivalent of your question.
And I think that Dalllas is probably going to bring it up soon, but you can answer the question with another social construct, which would be driving age, drinking age, all of these other things that would put the relationship at there would be another factor of a power dynamic that would, potentially cause problems in the relationship. Hi, Dalllas.
Hey, Savannah.
Hi.
What's up, World Class? Good evening to the panel.
How you doing, Dalllas?
Good. How about you all?
Worst case scenario every time.
How is that worst case?
Do that because what I'm saying is this: that same whatever the difference is could also be a benefit, right? I remember I was when the whole R. Kelly thing was going on, and we was at work and we was talking about it, and I didn't know what he was charged with. So I was asking everybody what he was charged with. And people was acting like I was lying about not knowing what he was charged with. I'm like, bro, I don't watch the news. Bro, I don't know what's going on. And so the one dude was like, man, let me ask you something. Would you rather your 16-year-old daughter be having sex with another 16 or 17-year-old kid, or would you rather she be having sex with a 30-year-old kid? Now, see, this is something around. This is what I mean. People ask provocative questions. Sounds not It ain't the same, but you see how it's kind of similar in question style to what Big Bad Bull asked, right? People ask provocative questions, and then they were surprised by my answer. Would I rather her be screwing a 17-year-old or screwing a 30-year-old? I would rather her be screwing a 30-year-old. You know why? Because it's more likely that nigga got a job and could provide for the child that he might bring into the world. But a 17-year-old, it's more likely that nigga won't. Now, the point is, you don't want your daughter screwing at all. Nobody wants to think of somebody laying with their daughter. I don't care how old she is. Right? You don't
podcast. Come on, man. Come on, man.
But listen, you can't say "come on, man" and don't present the argument why it's not logical.
I want to add to that.
There's a lot of broke 30-year-olds.
It is. That's not the fucking point.
That is the fucking point.
Okay, no, it's not. Because the average black man in America is 30, and the average black man in America has a job and makes $45K a year. That's what's average. So I want you to come to me with no minuscule ass fucking statistics about the few bum niggas you know. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all just want to talk feelings. Get out your damn feelings. It's okay to have a conversation, bro. It's okay to use logic. It's okay.
Wouldn't that also be like an edge case scenario? Do you think like the
it is, and that's my point. Everyone we have.
I didn't
go to worst case. Why is worst case to go to?
I didn't finish. So, do you think like the average 30-year-old is looking to like build a family, to have a wife, and to build like a legacy? To the average 30-year-old in America is doing that?
Let me go ahead and play this dumbass game with you. Yes.
Not true, sir.
Well, I disagree.
Most 30-year-olds, when they are smashing young women that age, it's really all about to show off. It's really all it is. It's not about, well, I'm going to get this younger. We all know what it is. They price out women in that age bracket and show them a good time, because men at that age in high school, we can't do that. But those men that came in and got those young girls, it wasn't like they were trying to come in and wife them. They were coming in just because they were having sex.
So if we all know what it is, what's the point of asking the question? We all know what it is. That's exactly why I said, let me go ahead and play this dumbass game. It's not the fucking point. That's what I'm saying.
But do we
think for a fucking
But
second.
as men, do we give them credit? Do we give those dudes credit? Do we say, hey man, yeah, you work at Lowe's, you're 30 years old, and you fucking an 18, 19-year-old. Do we give those dudes credit?
No, because I don't know no 30-year-olds that was fucking 16, 17, 18-year-olds.
That's my point. That's the point. We don't know these cats. And when we see these cats, we don't give them respect.
And yet, immediately when I used the analogy, you went to a worst case scenario, and now you're admitting that you don't know these motherfuckers. So how could you?
No, you admitted to you don't know these persons.
First of all, I was using an analogy. That was the point. It was a mock question. I literally said, so my coworker asked me a question and I answered it. And you the one got into your feelings about the fucking question.
I didn't get in my feelings.
Sir, we're talking about people getting in their feelings. Right now, the person in their feelings is you, because you don't.
It's not, because I'm demonstrative, which does not mean I'm in my feelings. It means I tend to show how
you're
I
not
actually
letting anybody
feel.
finish
Not in
any
my
kind of
feelings.
thought. You're talking about how people need to listen, and
Yes,
you're
because
the one
you're
that's not
responding to
listening.
the wrong shit.
Okay,
let's
so
not-
okay,
let's
because
not
it seems
get
like
caught
you're
up
going
in
to keep
that.
jumping in anytime anyone wants to say something.
He responded to the
You're
wrong
responding
thing.
and not listening, sir. That's why you're
Not,
getting
y'all
triggered.
ain't talking about shit right now.
Well, let's not get
Well, then
into
let the
who's
conversation
emotional.
build to something so we can talk about some shit.
Well, let's not get into the whole who's emotional, who's not game. I mean, this is a little podcast we're talking about. I don't think he's like spazzed out or nothing, right? But
No, but
the thing is, no. Okay, let's just move on from that. But like, the thing is like that hypothetical you brought up. It's within that confines. It's just not. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but it's just. You said that it was like the worst case scenario, but I think you're kind of giving the best case scenario, right?
I am. That's intentional. To show you exact way, because here's the thing, bro, Black Dawn. People always go worst case scenario. I want you to tell me why that's the best option in conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
I'm
No,
going off.
let
Yeah,
me
you
help.
see how he's
Let
ready
me.
to jump the
Let me.
question? I asked the
Let,
question. Why is
Hold on,
the
E Black.
worst
Let him
case
let him
scenario
finish.
the
All right,
best
podcast.
option
All right,
in the
podcast. All right,
conversation?
all right. Let E Black. Let him finish. Let the who was it?
okay.
What the fuck? Answer the question. Let him answer the question. Go ahead.
Well, that was Black Don who said that, but
Oh, my fault. Black Don.
Well,
You're right.
well,
why
just
is
saying.
going worst case scenario the best option in conversation? We're supposed to be having these, great intellectual conversations. Why is going worst case scenario the best option?
I think that's the natural sort of inclination to go when, especially when you're talking about like having your own child going off with somebody. That's just the way naturally people think. Like the worst case scenario. Like, what is the worst possible scenario this is going to happen if I give my daughter off to this random average 30-year-old guy?
Right.
And I think that's what people automatically go to because that's their children. And you're right, people think about it, emotional, and that's correct. But it's also logical too because this is one of your most like, I don't want to say prized possessions as the children are possessions of them, but I'm saying like children are the most important, thing to anyone's life. Like. So they're just thinking about what is the worst thing that can happen before I give my daughter off to some person that you don't know.
Right, but you specifically said that you thought I was going best case scenario. Why is that wrong to do?
Well, but I was going by average though. That's what I was going by. I was going by the average 30-year-old, and you do think that's a good idea. See, other people go by worst case scenario. You went by best case scenario. I went by okay. What is the average 30-year-old man? What is this actually going to do? And I say no because I know the average 30-year-old guy isn't going to do that.
And what is the average 17-year-old going to do? Any better?
Okay, let's hear from Dalllas D, please.
Ooh, every time I get ready to win.
That's not a bad. Okay, that's not a bad one. Hold on, I have to think about that. Yeah, let Dallas go. Let me think about that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's the same exact thing, regardless of age. The only difference is the 30-year-old will actually be able to pay child support. See, that's what happens when you think.
So let me get this straight.
Hold on.
Please let me get in. Let me know what my order is, please.
All right, after Dallas D, there you go, E Black.
All right, so I just wanted to add a little context to some of the points that were brought up about the podcast. And one of the things I agree with a lot of the context of your conversation, but there's a but. So regarding the best case and worst case scenario, I agree. A lot of people do tend to go for worst case scenario. Most of us don't go for best case. However, I do believe that when it comes to the kids and we're talking about sexual contact, sexual interactions, I don't think you can go for best case scenario in that situation. That's just my opinion. When it comes to the kids, if our objective is to protect the children, you should always go worst case scenario, especially when you're talking about the possibility of sexual interactions with our kids. The comment you made about the R. Kelly situation. Now, the point you brought up was a great point because I was one of those people that said, and I watched the documentary, followed the news stories. I was one of those people that said the little girl was sexually active regardless of who she was sexually active with. I was definitely one of those individuals. However, just because I can admit that this little girl had a sexual active nature prior to R. Kelly because the things that she was doing, that's not something that somebody for the first time is engaging in. But that doesn't mean that I cannot point out that R. Kelly is predatory. It doesn't mean that I can't say R. Kelly doesn't have a sickness for wanting to engage in a sexual act with a child that young. So yes, you can point out the fact that a 16-year-old can be sexual. A 16-year-old 9 times out of 10 nowadays is probably not a virgin. Yes, you can say that a 16-year-old does have some experience, but it doesn't have anything to do with your moral code. And that goes back to the legal conversation about, or the age conversation about the 24 versus 21 or 24 versus 17. One of the major differences, one of them can't buy liquor. So that could potentially be a situation where the 24-year-old in that relationship is buying liquor and the 17-year-old is engaging in alcohol consumption with that adult. So there are dramatic differences. And as far as legality goes, yes, you may have in some states where a 17-year-old is the age of consent. But and this is just my viewpoint on that law or those laws are for the 18 and 19-year-old boyfriends that are dating the 17-year-old girl. I don't think that a 24-year-old, even though you can't argue the law, even though the law says this is the age of consent, so you can't legally go after a 24-year-old, there's still a moral compass. And a lot of us, is what I'm saying, do not have a moral compass. So yes, you can have that experienced 17-year-old, but it doesn't mean that somebody who's 25-year-old should be checking for that individual. The last time I was attracted to a 16-year-old is when I was 16 myself. So even though legality is an argument, it doesn't trump your moral code, because red rum doesn't have to be illegal for me not to be running around here just randomly knocking people off. It's just it's an act that I'm not going to engage in, whether it's legal or illegal. So sometimes your moral code trumps law.
Dalllas, I just want to thank you, because
Bang,
I
bang.
definitely appreciate people who think, literally think for themselves. But I do want to point out something, right? Because the question that I have continuously asked is, what's the difference between the 24-year-old and the 17-year-old? I mean, the 21-year-old and the 17-year-old. And the difference that you pointed out wasn't between them, it was between the law and what the law says. And, you know, World Class considers himself the undefeated. I don't want to go back and forth with him, but the only answer that I've gotten between what's the difference between the 21, the actual person, 21, the actual person, 17, is numbers. Numbers and law. That's it.
Okay,
Nobody is saying
it's not just about numbers.
Hold on. The thing, I see what you're doing, but you have to understand that 35,400 hours that separates a 17-year-old and a 41-year-old. A 21-year-old includes millions of breaths. It includes a lot of days that they're going to see the sun come up in the east. It includes a lot of eating. It includes a lot of lifting, a lot of stepping, a lot of walking. So it's not just numbers. A lot of maturation, a lot of pain, a lot of happiness, a lot of traveling. 35,040 hours. It's not just numbers.
And I guess the inevitable question that's going to come out of this, from what you just said, I mean, if you said there's no difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old except for just the law, all right, then I guess the next.
Is that what I said?
Was it? Maybe I misheard that. My bad. I don't know. Was it that's what you said?
No, I said nobody has pointed out the difference between the 21 and the 17-year-old.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
But I have.
World Class, I'm not doing this with you, bro.
I know you want
to win. I know you want to win, so I'm conceding, bro. I'm conceding. Like I said, I'm asking for something tangible between the two. You keep saying hours, but at the end of the day, like I said, that does not guarantee.
So you want me to measure it in breaths and steps?
So that does not mean that every single time that the 21-year-old is going to be somehow mentally superior to the 17-year-old. This doesn't mean that they're going to.
That wasn't your question.
I know. That's why I said I'm not doing this with you, because I asked for something tangible, right? Something.
But
tangible,
what I gave you was tangible.
Something tangible would be a 21-year-old every single time is more mature than a 17-year-old. But you can't say that, right? Because it's not true. There's nothing that you can specifically say except for time. And so you're giving it to us in your legality, world-class, undefeated way. And that's why I'm just conceding to it. And I'm asking the other people who don't speak in black law language, right, to either just say something tangible, not law, right? The law said black people weren't supposed to read. It didn't mean they didn't know how.
First of all, nothing I'm saying. Hold on. No, hold on. What I'm saying is 100% tangible, because spend time somewhere else on another planet. What I'm saying is tangible. It's answering every question you have. You just don't like the answer. It's tangible because I don't think you spend any of this time on another planet or in another dimension.
And how does it change them every single time?
Because they make it to a next birthday.
How does it change them?
Every 11 months, which is a lot of 11 months within 35,040 hours. All they have an entirely new body, because all the cells are different from 11 months ago. That changes them. So they are experiencing different things in epigenetics. They're experiencing different things in their physiology. I think women, what Chad just heard earlier today, was every 7 years. I think I heard Lucky say it. Every 7 years, their body changes. So that means something. So that's tangible.
What percentage of the people do you know that? Can even see or tell that?
It's not what I said is they don't need to know it. It's happening anyway because 35,040 hours is important. If you how many people can go an hour without breathing? That's tangible. So that's the difference between the 21 and the 17-year-old.
We're mixing too many arguments here. Went from physiological to moral to cultural. Like this is all over the place, right? So
but it has to be.
Well, no,
because Black Dawn, we including the entire planet. This conversation includes
not Black Dawn. This I don't think.
No, it's Black Dawn.
It voice sounds different. What you do?
I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit. I'm gonna have some Grey Goose next to me, so I'm a little bit relaxed. But go ahead, world class.
No, no. What he's saying is, again, that's why I said I conceded to it the first time, because this is the thing about world class, is that he just did this shit to Fatty on my show the other day. He knows what I'm asking. He knows there's no real answer based on what I'm asking, but he's giving me what is correct, right? But that's why I said I was asking the other people on the panel, somebody who isn't worrying about being the undefeated and just seeing if anybody has enough gumption to just say, you know what? I can't verbalize what's difference between a 21 and 17-year-old. I just know that for whatever reason, programming on my own moral compass, that I believe that a 24-year-old shouldn't engage with a 17-year-old, or that there is a difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old. It's
hold on, podcast.
easy for us to start saying that shit. I don't know.
So let me ask you a question, podcast.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
For you to say there's no difference, for me, the difference is the moral code, because you are 100% right. There may be no difference intellectually. The 21-year-old is not guaranteed to have more experiences than that 17-year-old. I totally agree with you on that. But at the time that 21-year-old who is club age finds out that this individual is 17-year-old, that's where the moral high ground is supposed to kick in, and you shouldn't be interested. That's just how I feel about the situation. So you can say that's not tangible, but a moral code is definitely tangible to me.
Are moral codes universal?
No,
they're not.
Okay, so that's why it cannot be applied. We went over this already. Everybody's moral code is not the same. Every coach
You're right. But at what point in time do children... No. You're right. But at what point in time do children not fall under... What point in time does protecting children not fall under some type of moral code? If you don't have it in you to want to protect children, then you don't have a moral code at all, in my opinion. Because you can't have a moral code when it comes to an adult killing another adult, but having a moral code when it comes to an adult sexualizing a child. You don't get to have a moral code about not robbing a bank, but yet and still you want to sit silent when it comes to somebody messing around with a child. So for me, when it comes to protecting children,
can I ask you a question?
Can I get in, please? Because
let me just ask you one question, please.
Go ahead.
Does society and the law affect your moral compass at all?
Not at all.
Okay. Do you think that is true for 100% of people in this country?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. So here's my point. When you live in a society, especially in the hood, right? And you realize that at 17 years old, this age that y'all are deeming a child, when you commit a crime, you go to adult jail.
I have an issue with that too, though.
But this is my point. That affects how people see things. Y'all don't want it to.
But I take issue with that too. I have an issue with that. I have an issue with a 16-year-old being tried as an adult. I have an issue with that.
Yeah, that's what I brought up on my show yesterday.
But we also have an issue with 18-year-olds getting drunk to the point to where they get arrested too.
I agree.
We have a problem with 22-year-olds doing that.
However, I also have a problem with an 18-year-old being able to go off to war and not being able to buy a beer. I have a problem with that too.
Yes,
I knew you was a thinker. I knew
it. Dalllas been hitting me up, but she is definitely a smart woman.
Hey, we were just holding you accountable, Black, but we all good.
I'm still kind of confused.
Okay, move the conversation on. I don't want to talk about that.
I'm still kind of confused how a moral code, like, a moral code in itself is not a physical, tangible thing. It can produce physical, tangible things out of a moral code, though. Like, it can produce physical, tangible results. Like, why is that off the table?
Well, I think the issue. Hold on.
Tom was taken off the table.
A moral code for most men in societies that have financial means to take care of a woman. I remember since the age of 18, I've had to have the pressures of that. In 1998, I was an 18-year-old. I had to have a car. Damn. Yes, I had to have a car. I had to have a place to live. I got all that. But that was fine because I was okay with the standard. You have to understand, we're complaining about the standard. This is the standard. Y'all niggas shouldn't be around these hoes.
Says the guy with the Amber Rose shirt on.
Yes. And
damn. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, that's the standard though. So I don't understand what's the argument. What are we talking about? Like, do we want 18-year-olds to enter casinos spending their money? Like come on now. We all understand there's a reason why there's a separation of ideologies through ageism. Like, come on now.
We were talking about a question that podcast decided it wasn't no answer to, and I gave my answer. Because he asked for universal, and I gave him universal, and he asked for tangible, and I gave him tangible.
Yeah, I still want to know why moral code is not on the table. Like that still confuses me.
Nigga, Tom not even. So what difference does it make? Is it clear? If you take any other species, the difference between any two ages is time.
Well, I'm not really thinking.
All you got to look at that point is maturation, or the endowment of that species. That's the difference. But
ageism does come into animality. Like, even older dogs take care of younger pups. It's like, come on now.
That's it. Even if you go back to the example I gave, but cooking, if you have a meal that needs to take 40 minutes in the oven, and you take it out, 27 minutes? That's the difference.
I got me a completely different
result.
Hey, that's what's up.
Okay,
so maybe I shouldn't be drinking world class. Am I old enough?
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? It depends on the day. What's your name? 651. You want to get in here?
What's up? Good evening, everybody. I don't know how I found this channel. I don't know how I found this channel. This is a great topic.
Are you the police?
Don't worry about that right now.
Okay. Yeah, it was great having Tim up. He's the police. We gotta get him the fuck up out
of here. My thought on that is this whole topic is, if it's legal, it's legal. The different is, my opinion, the only thing I can see 24-year-old with a 17-year-old is just to have fun with. To me, that's in my personal opinion. My question was, I don't know who said it, but somebody said,
I don't know what that means, and I don't want you to keep going.
Can you say that? Could you say that some more?
What?
Say what? The last thing you had said.
Someone said on the podcast that they rather see their daughter have sex with a 30-year-old than a 16-year-old if she's 16-year-old. So I didn't understand that. Like, that was
no. That's not what you said. You said a 24-year-old with a 17-year-old. That's just to have fun. That's what you said, right?
That's the only reason I can see a 24-year-old mess with a 17-year-old, just to have fun with.
Colin, what's going on? I heard you say. I didn't know if you knew this. No, I'm just asking you what's going on. I get that. I don't know why you're not listening to me.
No hair.
Back up for a second. I just want to get clarity. Mm-hmm. You hear what you're saying out loud, brother?
What's happening? Understand it. See, that's what y'all get. Y'all don't be getting the difference between somebody co-signing something and somebody trying to make sense of it. Those are
but y'all understand where I'm coming from.
No.
No.
No, God, please, no.
Nope.
Say that. Okay.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Not on my property. Not around my niggas, he can.
If the reason why
run it back. Come on.
I'm trying to run it back. Y'all keep cutting me off so I can make it simple, sweet, and I can get off the panel and keep listening because it's interesting. Okay, the only reason that I see from growing up, when I see older guys mess with younger women, is to have fun and control. That's it. Because a lot of time the younger women, they're not mentally there yet, and they don't know the game, and you can control. It's to have fun and control.
Is that right? Is that morally right? Is that something that we want to raise our next society to?
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm telling you, that's the only reason I can see a grown man, an older man, messing with a younger girl, a teenager. Like somebody that's 24, 25, messing with a 17 and 16-year-old, or whatever age I was talking about. The only reason I can see it from my experience, growing up in South Florida, the reason it's to control the female. Because she's not mentally stable to pick up the game. You can run game on her. You can manipulate her. That's what I've seen from growing up in high school, from just growing up in South Florida. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's just my experience. I only can go from my experience. So that's just my experience on the whole 24-year-old dating a 17-year-old. It's controlling and manipulating. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what my experience with it.
You're not saying it's wrong.
I'm not saying it's wrong or right. That's my experience. If a 17-year-old,
why don't you see it as wrong?
He's nuts. Got him. Got him. Oh.
What's happening?
The reason why I say it's not wrong because anything that's legal, a 17-year-old in certain states is legal for a female to consent. So if it's legal, it's not wrong. So it's not wrong. I'm going legal. I'm saying legal. Legally, it's not wrong.
So we only follow things that's legal.
I mean, that's what that's what we can go by in America. If it's legal and not legal, that's what you can be. You only can be judged by.
So forget your culture. Forget manhood. Forget your society. Forget everything else. But it's legal.
In the state of Florida, it's 18 to consent.
I'm probably not going to catch world class up on this.
What's up?
I'm probably not going to catch world class up on this, but I am 100. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I am 99.5% sure that I'm gonna catch E Black making the fucking law argument. I promise I am, because all you conservative douchebags do, y'all all do. Soon as niggas start talking about selling drugs, but you knew it was the law, but you knew it was against the law. But then soon as somebody say, well, something is in the law, it's for the law, now all of a sudden the law don't matter. I can't fucking.
Who said the law don't matter?
Not you. Oh. He heard me say his name clear as day. I can't fucking wait.
How about this podcast? How about I care about children more than I do about a lot of stuff? How about that smart more
right now? And he ain't gonna say, yeah, you're right.
No. How about I care about kids more than I do about a lot of things in my life?
Thank you for admitting that you're a fucking hypocrite.
I can be a hypocrite when it comes to kids.
Dalllas made a good point.
That means we can't believe you.
She added more, morally, as a 24-year-old, you consider the dope. You're dealing with, in the state of Florida, I have seen 24 and 18-year-old date. That's not a big deal. But like 24 and 17 and 24 and 16, if it's legal in those states, I don't know every state. If it's legal in that state, I say it's a big difference between 24 and 16 and 24 and 17. That's because I grew up in Florida, where the legal age always been 18. So morally, I can get it, but I'm only going by legal. Legal. Only.
So legally, if it's 12 years old, you would be fine with it.
Who? It's not legal.
But if it was legal,
I mean, I can't get.
That's your argument. Your whole argument is it's legal. So, I don't have no opinion about it.
No,
let's keep rolling.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. It's just I know. To me, I wouldn't even be comfortable with that, even if it was legal. Even with that's a 12-year-old. Like y'all moving the goalpost way left field. Let's stay focused on what we're talking about. We're talking about a 17 and a 24-year-old and an 18-year-old. So y'all push it. Y'all want to say 12, then y'all gonna say 11, then y'all gonna say 10, then y'all gonna say 8. Fucking in Middle Eastern country, you hear about it all the time. Grown men sleeping with 8-year-olds. No, that shit ain't all right. That's disgusting.
Yeah, but it's legal over there. So
it's legal.
Not right.
Hey, run the Aaron O clip. Run the Aaron O clip.
Let me show you. Hold on, 651. Watch this. Let me show you something. E Black, watch this. Here's the difference between a 12-year-old and a 17-year-old. A 17-year-old, in general, right, on average, can read better than a 12-year-old. In general, a 17-year-old is more responsible than a 12-year-old.
How do you measure responsibility? How do you quantify that?
Yeah, because when I was 12 years old, my mama didn't give me keys to the crib. But when I was 14, she did. Because by that time, I had proven I was responsible enough, even though I still ended up losing like two cents of the motherfuckers, right? But once I got to high school, yeah, I was a latchkey kid, right? Or the year before high school, actually, 8th grade.
I was debating on Aaron channel. I didn't mean to cut you off podcast. I was debating on Aaron channel because I'm 42, and they told me what's the youngest age I would date. And I told them, like 29, 30, and they're like, what? I said, because mentally, I'm 42. I couldn't deal with a 21 and 22-year-old. Mentally. Just me mentally. And it was
hold on. Let's continue the argument. 18-year-old. What's the difference between an 18-year-old and a 29-year-old? What's the difference? What kind of conversations can you guys have?
I'm only competing for myself.
Wait, hold on. Wait, no, podcast. That example you gave just kind of destroyed your own argument. I mean, when I was 12 years old, I had the keys to the house. Like, I came in and go. So, that's not really like measurable as you claimed it was. Just basically.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my bad, Black Dawn. I forgot you like to take words out of people's statements.
I'm asking you a question, bro. I'm not
because I said
no. Not podcast being condescending. Nah, we not doing it. No, we not. Not today. Don't say hold this nigga accountable no more. Not podcast being condescending now.
It was in jest. But no, look, I said in general, right? And then also, here's the thing. I don't know this for sure, but I would be willing to bet good money, right? That a 17-year-old in general will test better, right? Than a 12-year-old. I bet you they'll do better on an IQ test, SATs, ACT tests, right? Things of that nature. I bet you they're more physically sturdier. They can lift things that are heavier, right? They can walk for longer distances in general, right? Because their physicality is developed. So that's the type of stuff I was trying to hear, the difference between 21 and 17.
Okay. So you just had okay. I got you. All right.
I mean, look, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. when I was asked the question of whether or not I thought it was wrong what I did, I said, yeah, it was wrong. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I have my reasons for why I said, yeah, it was wrong. It's not because I believe a 24-year-old shouldn't screw a 17-year-old. That's not it.
No, we were talking.
I should have been me, the dude that I was, right? I shouldn't have even been that dude. I shouldn't have even been that dude. But it just so happened that I was.
We were talking within the confines of sex relationships, so I wouldn't have never thought of that. I was just thinking about like the mental dynamics. I wasn't thinking about like all of that. But
yeah, but that's what I just laid out. The mental dynamics of it, bro, is that
it's mental. Yeah, I think it's a lot of times.
Like right now, my son is 17. He called me. He said, "Dad, I want you to help me find a car." Right? At 14, he couldn't have said that to me. Because here's the thing: if I thought my son could handle a car at 14, I would have gave him my car, license or not. Right? When I was younger, right? Because what I know, bro, when I was 14, I had a car. I bought a stolen car. Don't judge me. Yes, I bought a stolen car for $25. An Oldsmobile 9.8. I had to pull the little magnet back. Stolen collar and start that motherfucker. This is what I'm saying. All this was before 17.
Wait, they let you know it was stolen?
Car, all this shit.
They told you it was stolen. People who steal cars usually don't.
Yeah, this is the hood. This is the hood he talking about, Black Don. We already know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what I mean. So listen, what I'm saying is this: if my development, because guess who else lives in the hood? Black girls. It ain't just black boys in the hood. So just like my development, right, was. And let me not say development, because actually my development, I wasn't there at 24. I was nowhere near where I should have been. But my experiences at 17 was that of a 24-year-old, right? That same thing can be said for the girls in the hood, right? So watch this. When I met my baby mama, she was getting off work. I see her standing on the corner, thick as fuck. When she worked at Target with them Target jeans on, I shot my shot. We talked on the phone for a couple of months. Didn't really go nowhere. We hung out one time, had sex. Boom, she called me like a month later, I'm pregnant. Right? So once I realized that was my baby, after my daughter was born, my daughter's like 6 months, I was like, yeah, this is my daughter. I could see it. Hey, I want to be in a relationship. I want to be a family. By that time, she was 18. I ain't trying to, be on other bullshit. I just want to be together. So that's what I tried to do. It didn't work out. But here's the thing, though. My baby mama, guess what? Hey, that car you got, that ain't good enough. We need something better. We need like a Chevy or a Cutlass. This is my baby mama. At 18, I had a Delta 88. She said that wasn't good enough. So I went and found a Chevy, right, for $850. I traded in my Delta 88, and my baby mama stole like $700 from Target where she worked at and gave me $300 of that so I could put with my car to get us a Chevy. So this is what I'm trying to say. Y'all want to lump everybody into these boxes. I know that make you feel better, and it makes you, it does your social justice warrior heart well, but it's just not accurate when you're dealing with the hood. People grow up fast. It's just the truth.
Most 17-year-olds, I can say most 17-year-olds haven't been through what you've been through. That's a fair statement, right?
Yeah. But
yeah.
It shouldn't.
Hey, look, the Black Don, real quick. When I told you I was 17 and the chick I was messing with was 24, did anybody on this panel say that bitch bogus?
Now, wait, I missed that. My bad.
Nobody threw her under the bus.
I missed that part. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit faded.
Yeah, nobody shitted on her. Nobody said hang the bitch now, stone her. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
What happened?
Okay. Yeah. Would either of y'all marry a 16-year-old?
Hell no. What the fuck?
Fuck no.
Hell no. No.
Okay.
R. Kelly at the bottom.
Would either of y'all say that you would marry a 16-year-old on a public platform?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
If you were being a contrarian and you didn't really mean that statement, you would certainly think it's responsible to retract that, correct?
I think retarded for making
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for you for asking that question. Thank you.
So
it demonstrates a little bit that you're trying to be fair.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So after you say that, and then go on another platform and double down on marrying a 16-year-old, would it not be a detriment to children for us to not hold this person accountable to what they have said and double down on twice?
So
we're over here. Hold up. Please hold up. Please hold up. We've been over here talking about more hypothetical shit.
Yes.
When this man, all y'all just said, if you were being a contrarian, you would retract your statement. This man has doubled down. And the two ladies on the thumbnail, which I have an issue with, y'all, I can't find y'all anywhere. And certainly not that I've blocked you. Where are y'all? Dalllas D is the only woman that's hit the panel. That's the issue I have right now. We're up here debating all this stupid shit, and we're missing the entire point. Aaron is not you, Beans. He didn't come up here nor on Robbie's platform and denounce what he said, did he? No.
Nope.
And we're over here. I bet 50% of y'all are still gonna treat him like he didn't say what he said and he didn't double down on what he said. Y'all would let him meet your children. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
We're never gonna be in the same room with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
that. Like, that would never
I'm
happen.
not saying y'all in particular, but some of these women, y'all have children. Y'all like going to these meetups. Y'all seem to be very, very, very loosey-goosey with things you say that are important to you. And that's the main point of this conversation. Aaron has not once shown any sign of remorse for what he said. Nor Fatty. His dumbass is still trying to get on the panel now. For saying he would what? What did Fatty say, Miguel?
On this panel?
Wait, he's in the back?
He tried to get on this panel multiple times. What did he say, Miguel?
I'm not really sure. Some shit. He said some shit in the chat, and I just deleted it.
No. I mean, Fatty's statement. He said
he said he would fuck a 12-year-old. Fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he said he would what?
Yeah.
He would fuck a 12-year-old.
Yeah. And we're over here talking about hypotheticals.
We said he will unironically fuck a 12-year-old kid.
That's a fact.
See, that's see, I didn't even know all that. Wow. He tripping if he said that. That's wow.
Yeah.
I have the videos in the description box, I think, if anybody needs more context. But this is ultimately what the show and what more shows need to be about. People will still be over here. People like Jay Ali and Brittany B will still support Aaron O and Fatty.
Nah, we hating. That's what they gonna say.
No, so just to be clear,
we're hating.
So Fatty
right.
straight up said, he was like, yo, Fatty's like, what, 30-something? Me as a 30-something-year-old guy, I would totally fuck a 12-year-old kid. That's totally fine. I have no problem with it whatsoever.
He was asked.
Come on, this is gonna go ugly. This is gonna get ugly, world class. Don't do it.
What?
I just want clarification because this doesn't even.
I love you, but don't do it.
I don't even think that even actual like P words would actually just say that out loud. So that's why I'm a little bit like, oh, this doesn't sound
You're
right.
homie, man. You know that, but don't do it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gotta be honest, bro. You gotta
run the clip.
I have to see the clip. I'm sorry. I just
be honest about what.
Fuck.
I just don't believe that. I'm sorry. There's no way.
And let me just say this before anybody tries to use this argument. Saying that it's a joke is not you retracting your statement.
That's a fact. That's another way of saying I said what I said.
it's cringy if he said it. It's no different when I was watching one of the shows and the lady was saying that she told her daughter she was a mistake and she kept saying it over and over and over. That was cringy too. Like certain things shouldn't be said, but or joked about.
Well,
Look,
no,
y'all can
wait a
get past
minute.
that. Y'all can keep going on with that stuff, but trust me, I've been held accountable for stuff that I said a year and a half ago. People still making the same jokes about the same stuff that I said a year and a half ago. So that's not played as so, oh, well, he said it in jest or it was in context.
So, unsubscriber, what have I said or anybody on this panel said about Fatty and Aaron that didn't come out of their own mouth?
Well, the Aaron thing I could get you, but the Fatty thing is just I just don't believe it.
Black Don, I think you was on the panel when he said it on Cheeky Channel.
When he said he would fuck a 12-year-old, unironically?
Did he say fuck a 12-year-old? No, he said he was asked, would you mess with a 12-year-old if it was illegal? If it was legal? He said yes.
I don't remember this, bro. I
understand. I know you be drinking. What happened?
What the fuck? That flew over my head. If that happened, that definitely. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I have to see it, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I can't.
He said it a lot. Don't worry. It's there.
Right. Because people like to throw out jokes and shit like that. And the number one thing that I hate when people do, because I like dark humor. Dark humor is fun to me. I like people who make dark jokes like that. But people like to sort of just take that and over extrapolate shit. Be like, oh yeah, well you were just saying that as a joke, so you could just say what you really feel. Like that's not fun.
And that's the problem, because it's like, would Dave Chappelle get away with it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is Dave Chappelle now?
Would Dave Chappelle, a career comedian, get away with it? I think he would. I don't think Fatty is a fucking career comedian.
So you must be a
funny looking nigga.
So you must be a career comedian. To make those jokes?
So why would must be in it when we just know that Dave Chappelle is an actual? That's the example y'all use.
Yeah, but I'm
a
saying
world-class comedian.
Right.
He's still a human being.
Right.
Yeah, but
he
you
could
can't
be masking that shit. He could be making jokes about shit that he really be on in real life.
Yeah.
Right. And he still get held accountable for all the tea conversations that he has.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not really gonna get the benefit of the doubt because he still has to deal with the alphabet community for the stuff that he said. For the last 6 years?
Or at least they make it seem like they.
If the world-class comedian is gonna be held accountable, why wouldn't Fatty be held accountable for the shit that he said?
And podcast, hold on. You held accountable Brittany B for saying little podcast. What do you think that means?
Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
You can't bring that up. You know why you can't bring that up? You know why you can't bring that up? Because me and her actually had a relationship.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let's not move past. Wait a minute.
You putting up her picture is not a relationship.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Wait,
y'all don't go together because of that.
Wait, no,
you know what? They go together. Relationship don't mean you go together.
That's fine.
So world class, you and I don't have a relationship.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying since we doing that, I go with her. That's what I'm saying.
Ain't nobody talking about go with.
I put her picture up, now I go with her, just like you.
No.
Wait.
Ain't nobody talking about go with. Don't make me do a video about you.
I like when people do videos about
hold on.
Nobody's talking about go with.
Wait, podcast. Hold on. I can't get past that real quick. So I want to make sure where we stand on this, right? So if someone makes like off-color joke or something on a joke that you don't like, you get to defame them. Like that's an acceptable sort of line of thinking to go. I just want to make sure where we're at right now.
That's what's happening right here, and I'm not the one doing it. So why are you asking me?
I'm not asking you. I'm asking world class.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You just said podcast.
No, I said podcast. Well, he was talking, so I was like,
give me podcast, right?
No, I said podcast. Yeah, I said podcast. Like, give me a second. Like, let me just ask this question real quick.
Okay, so my question to that would be, why would you ask that?
Well, I've been told, I'm getting conflicting statements, right? Because I've been told he was saying it in jest, and now you're saying that, oh no, he would fuck a 12-year-old kid. So I'm getting two different.
No. I'm saying it wasn't a joke. Because I had a conversation with him on my panel, and he wanted to do the age of consent shit, and I told him you're not gonna talk to me about the age of consent because you don't know what went into any of those laws anywhere, even in your state. So let's talk about what we're really talking about. So throughout that entire time, the nigga never brought up any other version of age of consent over the span of an hour. So that was your interest, and that's what you're interested in. And my same class. hold up. And my same premise with him, with Fatty, is Aaron. If you could I've been consistent saying it. If you could fuck a child, if you could fuck a minor, you would. That's the problem that most parents in the United States have with that. That's what we have with it, and that's the position we're gonna take.
And not only that, I was a part of the stream, which was 3 hours long. I and Jay Prince was the only people defending the fact that it was bogus, and then they kept lowering the bar, and then we got to the culminating point to where he was like, you know what, fuck it. At 16, if it's legal, I'll marry. So I understand it's like, okay, well, let's dismiss the context of the statement, but let's be real, it's bigger than a statement. There's also a lot of context that, like I said, I'm a part of, in which, like I said, a part of this podcast that he said it on, I got booted for saying, hey, this is bogus. I know we're not talking about 60-year-old men fucking 18-year-old girls. So I think it's not just that. It's a lot of little things.
Mm-hmm. It's not as simple as, oh, it's a joke. You're taking my joke out of context. Not when you double down and you're having a serious conversation and you are days away, streams away from having that joke, quote unquote joke, and you hopping up on this panel, days away. It's not a joke at this point. Oh no, I'm trying to save face. You said it. Y'all trying to play the narrative. Nigga, you can go to the fucking shit and see you saying what you're saying, and you're defending it.
You can go and see me arguing against it too.
A nigga saying, "Oh, it's a joke," is not gonna keep trying to come up with reasons why in this country is 13 and in this country is 12 and in this country is 15. You're not doing that. If it's just a joke, it don't make any sense. Why are you so invested for just a joke?
I guess this is just a joke too.
Right. E-Black, put your YouTube in the back. I'm about to do a video about you. I want to tag you in.
Oh, man.
I'm tired of you with all this. Hey, FYI, I was on the right side of the history on this one. No one gives a fuck, nigga. Nobody cares. You're a fucking hypocrite, and you just proved it.
How?
Because if we were talking about drug dealers, your ass would be saying niggas knew that shit was against the law. But now you want to try to sit up here and defend or be mad about a motherfucker saying they were following
the law. In what context? If I was saying, if we talking about snitching, yeah, niggas know it's against the law, so you got to ride with it. What are we talking about?
So you're not one of them niggas that be saying all these niggas out here selling drugs and then crying about getting caught. They knew it was against the law. Exactly. Conservative douchebag. Yes, you are. No. All y'all rich conservative niggas take that standpoint. But now when somebody is saying they will follow the law, you got a fucking problem.
I see how you finesse that.
Yeah, he finessed that really good. I would love to see. I would love to see how you work that, but I
call it what the fuck you want. At the end of the day, look, bro. This is what I'm saying.
Can I just say I love the kids? That's all I'm saying.
You did. You said that already. This how I look at it. I haven't done one show throwing rocks at no other culture where they marry young, right?
Look at this idiot.
So I'm just not gonna beat up on niggas that look like me because they do it.
Look at this. Savannah, look at this. Yeah. Look at
this. She actually threw $20 at me to get me off of Aaron O during the first smoke show.
So we're trying to ruin his reputation by playing the video what he said. Is that what you're saying?
She's not 100% wrong, but it is inaccurate.
That wasn't my point about legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
Again, we all just established, the men on the panel all established, if they were joking or being a contrarian, they would retract their statement, not double down. So he's ruining his own reputation, DeSosa. Thank you very much.
Legal, okay? But for the record, if she's 16 and she's legal, yeah, I'll marry her.
What?
So there's that. I'm not gonna argue with y'all, idiot.
And you know what? I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, Noble, but this is why the women don't hit the panel. Because y'all are the same type of people who know what your uncle is doing, you know what your boyfriend is doing, you know what that strange man down the street is doing, and y'all don't say anything. So I guess all the children who are being molested are just trying to ruin the guy's reputation. Is that what you're saying?
Shit.
And it's people like her. That's why, girl, I've had you blocked for months because I peeped you. Because the first time I saw you in the chat, I can sense a terrorist. You don't care about children. You don't care about men. I've seen you in the chats, but you never hit the panel. And you're here defending Aaron. Trust me, girl. If he were straight, which I highly doubt, he wouldn't look your direction.
What? I just came back. Wait, what? Is he not straight? Is he gay now?
Bang, 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 bang.
So wait a minute. Let me just make sure I get this clear.
Where did you get that from? What?
Excuse me?
What you? I'm talking about Black Dog. Where did you?
I just came back. All I heard is he's not straight.
You gotta remember. You have to remember you had a few drinks, so you had to take your time with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I didn't put enough chaser in this motherfucker.
I know you lit.
Bro, it's straight from the bottle, bro.
E Black, you on you can't. You gotta hit
Probation.
You gotta hit the you gotta hit the little breathalyzer thing before you get on panels.
Hey, E Black has hit a breathalyzer before he hits every panel.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I take it straight to the head.
Nigga, this motherfucker. Hey, I thought I put enough chaser in here, but I didn't.
Like WD-40.
This motherfucker ain't no joke right there. I can hear my own voice is slurred at this point. This
That's
is
a
bullshit.
fact. We both can.
This is some bullshit.
Because you keep thinking this is a little podcast show.
I don't. Man, hold on, man. Hold on, bro. First of all,
I just realized.
you welcome, nigga. What you talking about? You welcome, nigga.
Well, okay. Well, that's fine. I'll take that.
Wait, hold on, time out. Matter of fact, you said this Savannah show. Savannah, you welcome. You know what I'm talking about? Little podcast.
Excuse me?
Shit.
Bang, 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 bang.
You got the most politeness.
Both of y'all ain't shit. I just want y'all to know that.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All I ever did was
Black
y'all
Don.
the option
Black
y'all
Don. Black Don.
Yeah.
Is this you?
Yeah.
Is this you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm sorry, DeSosa. I thought that was you, but it was actually.
You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Wait, was that same panel? He's not wearing that same clothes.
This nigga E Black need a job, bro.
Wait, hold on, wait. Was it that same panel that he talked about when he said I would marry a 60-year-old? I don't think so. He's the only one.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't the same panel. I'll stall you out on that.
Lying ass nigga.
I don't like E Black.
You know what? I get it, bro.
That's what it say.
I get why Daryl Long hates you. I do.
Stop trying to ruin Black Don's reputation.
Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, I literally went back to look and see.
Hey, Savannah.
Yeah,
Savannah
you remember that?
She ain't shit. She gonna clip that part, but like, I do not try to ruin people's reputation. As a matter of fact, I saved Black Dog for me.
That's a fact.
That's a good idea, Beans.
This nigga done went to like a 19-hour live podcast.
No.
Now we copy, please. It's good. It's cool, man. Look, I'm not as busy.
Keep that picture up there a little bit longer.
Come
on, man. What you doing?
Because you want to pay. No, I'm good. I'm not feeding into your vices. That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm hating on all you niggas. I hate on niggas that's doing good. I hate on niggas that's doing bad.
Somebody hates that hard before, bro.
My next question. Well,
I'm just gonna go to YouTube and rewind it and screenshot it.
Well, I thought Savannah's good.
I'm not making myself clear. I don't give a fuck.
So I doubt Savannah's gonna do this because Savannah's feminine, so I really doubt that. But like world class, how come you don't get on Fight Club and just be like, yo, Aaron, no, you a pedo? What's going on? Like
you ever see the Super Bowl winner go to the person that got the first round draft pick and go practice with them?
Hell nah.
All right then, that's why.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna go to Fight Club. Hold on, bro. I'm not gonna go to Fight Club with a bunch of losers I've already trashed. All of them that y'all be having up there, I don't walk through all of them. They're inferior. You need to come to me.
Amazing.
So that's that. When y'all get good enough, you can come here and I'll dog walk y'all niggas again. Y'all inferior. I'm better than you. I don't. Next time, I don't really see brain surgeons going to people's houses to fix them. They usually go to him, right? All right then.
I don't think they can't go anywhere. Their brains fucked up. I don't think they can go anywhere.
I agree. That's what I meant. But he don't move. He don't move. They don't move to them. You need to come to the master. The master don't need to come to you. So there's that. They go to Fight Club. If an opponent is really good, he'll place his victim inside an environment he can control.
Bruh, this shit crazy though.
Would you let a one-on-one or would you let the panel rock?
Yeah, I'll kick everybody off. Like if you want to be one-on-one, I will pay money. I'll be like, yo, drop the 500 real quick. Everyone get off.
This shit ain't gonna last long anyway.
This nigga is hilarious, bro. This nigga said it's Daryl Long related to Eddie Long.
Yo, in real whole life, this nigga world class, bro, just tried to ruin my relationship, bro.
What you mean? Who? Brittany?
Fuck you.
Oh.
What happened to bro? I miss Brittany, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Bang,
where's she
bang,
at? Where'd she go?
Bang,
I little podcast. Motherfucking bang, nigga. That nigga, all he did was let me know that I can't consider him the friend I thought we was.
Me?
Yeah.
Can I remind you who you talking to?
I asked you specifically dead straight.
Different levels. You want to steal a guy like me for like 12 other years. You see, they do it all the time. I'm different level. You crazy? You can't even coach my type of style. They style is regular. I gave him crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. And then look, and the dudes you kept getting all this love to, crazy work. Crazy work. Don't ever try me. Ever.
Let me go.
This sounds so easy. It's like some man. He's tripping. Check his drink. He's tripping.
Boom, the world class.
Stop talking to me like I'm mortal, bro.
Bro, it's all good. I get it now, man. I need to stop thinking that I can have a brotherhood with you YouTube niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just make my way to Baltimore. I'm gonna TP your motherfucking house with shit-filled toilet paper.
Don't do that.
Brotherhood with internet people.
That's like 2 and 3.
You do know the people on the internet are real people, don't you?
Hell no, I don't consider them real people. Fuck that.
I don't think
they're on the panel with one right now.
For the sake of sanity, I consider everyone on the internet just boxes.
All I'm saying is Shorty in real whole life, Shorty look like she tastes like powdered sugar on butter pecan
Who
pancakes.
you talking about? The one saying what the fuck?
That shit crazy. That's why I don't even be talking about. That's why I don't be disrespecting black women, because I know they look too amazing. I ain't finna be out here disrespecting black women.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong with you?
I just need to see the feet.
You need some water. That's what you need. You need to drink some
I'm
water.
trying to gas myself up because I could tell my girl wants some tonight.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Sensei Dad, you got a lot of background noise, but what's going on?
That nigga always at work. This nigga the most light skinned slave I ever seen in my life.
I'm at Dave and Buster's. Goddamn, it was my cousin birthday. I was trying to pull through something.
I can't hear a word that nigga saying.
I don't know what he's talking about.
My bad, y'all. I'm finna go in the chat, y'all.
He said he was at Dave and Buster's getting some tokens.
Oh,
okay.
Obviously, all I could hear was the machines and shit.
I heard him say he doesn't like E-Black. But...
That's a fact.
Oh my God.
That's my brother. How about that?
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, I was gonna give a super chat. You don't have your super chats on. I was gonna be like, I was gonna try.
Well, if you look at the bottom, you can hit Lexi or well, you can hit Savannah. This is Savannah's live.
Bro, bro, don't say that name, bro. That triggers me.
Lexi?
You were in that territory.
Come on, man. Damn, I know you heard me the first time.
I was asking a question. Wait, okay, why can't you hear? Wait, what's wrong with saying?
He's about to say it again.
Now I'm finna go beat my girl up because of y'all.
Okay. All right, the real long. That sound like the real long. I can't beat nobody in the argument. So I'm gonna talk about Lucky.
You ain't shit.
I can't beat the world class in the chat, so I'm talking about Lucky. I'm gonna expose her nudes. Like, damn, bitch, leave her the fuck alone. What's wrong with you?
That nigga, listen, world class.
That got kicked off another channel yesterday.
Since I know you ain't really my brother.
You are watching a master at work.
Oh shit.
WC. That nigga ain't did.
Ain't that a bitch?
To you in 2023, bro. No.
He did.
In 2023.
That's a fact. Yes. I was on fucking Cheeky panel. This nigga is fucking talking about fucking truth wife or girlfriend or whatever. Baltimore niggas this, Baltimore niggas that. And me and the other dude in the chat, I straight like, what the fuck type of shit? Niggas not even saying nothing to us, so goofy ass. Then we just started sliding him. You started it. I ain't saying nothing to him. He sitting there whining to you, talking about, he always making videos about me. It's not, you ask him, was it clout chasing if you do something and I make a video about it? Like, nah, but what if you keep doing it again and again to suggest that I'm just fucking doing it over and over again for no reason? No, bitch. You fucking keep doing shit. This nigga keep typing dick to me. I don't know. I've never seen that shit in my... I've been on fucking... Facebook is weird as fuck. I've never had a nigga type dick to me more than this nigga. I don't know why he keep typing that shit. So, yeah, all right. You gonna get this work.
I don't know that
typing dick to me, bitch.
I don't know, man. I just don't think...
Black Dawn, this nigga kept... He fucking had a sexual fantasy with me and you in the chat.
Hey, man, hey, let's
say
it. That shit was weird.
Hey, podcast, man. Over here on E-Black TV, we call them easy work.
See, my girl.
Yeah, that's why. That's the number 2 reason why I don't fuck with you like that, E-Black, because you be trying to ruin. You be trying to get niggas to self-delete. That shit ain't cool, man. Leave that boy alone. Y'all know he ain't right, man.
That nigga fuck with other people.
I hope you do it on that futon too. Blood stain.
You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's the shit I'm talking about right there.
Bang, 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 bang.
That's the shit I'm talking about right there, bro.
What was wrong with that?
Bro, come on. There's no... So, here's the thing. In real old life, I need you for 1 second to just don't act and just be completely sincere. It's 11:40 p.m. right now where I'm at, right? 3 hours go by. We on somebody panel, and the news come through the chat.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga Darrell Long has taken his own life. Y'all telling me y'all celebrating that shit?
I'ma laugh at first. I ain't gonna say a lie to you, cause I ain't gonna say that hold you.
I'm gonna make like $30. I'm gonna make like $3.50.
So I understand E-Black's beef with Daryl Long. I think we will watch that. But what's your beef with? Okay, so what's your beef with Daryl Long, World Class?
I don't like people that threaten children. I think I've been pretty consistent with that. Yes, it's a fact. Poppies and Tommy B's.
Yeah,
he sent me a text message saying that he'll come to Texas and kill me and my daughter.
I don't like that. And he's a child abuser. Yeah, found that out. So there's that.
Who the fuck are these niggas? What's going on?
Yeah.
This shit great. I'm just gonna go ahead and get y'all my government and put all my shit out on my next stream, bro.
When you fuck with people, I don't fuck with people. I just trash them on panels and I go back to my panel.
Oh wait, I told y'all everything already.
Yes, you did. I don't know why you telling people you on Section 8, but congratulations. You the only you and Daryl Long, the only niggas I know on Section 8. You notice that nigga don't never rebut that, right? You got a lot to say about a lot of other shit. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This is not a Daryl Long show. So Savannah, Daly and Brittany B, and Big Bad Bull.
Oh, not J. Ali too.
Wait, who's the first one? Wait, what?
No.
You didn't look at the thumbnail? That's what it was about. It's kind of like an in-house thing. It's because, they're not in the house now. They out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's more. That's really what this was about. But you did your podcast shit. You kind of derailed the conversation. But it's fine. We back on track.
J. Ali is so cool.
I know. She's showing up. I know.
Hey, Google. How much
evidence.
is a plane ticket to Baltimore?
It's probably like $350 or something.
From Kentucky?
Kentucky? Oh, no. It's probably like $250 maybe.
Okay. Hey, World Class. Loan me $198 so I can come to Baltimore.
No, walk, nigga. I want you tired when you get here. I want you tired when you come here.
Oh my god.
Fuck this shit. I ain't helping you.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
No, don't worry. I'm doing it right now.
Oh, you look okay.
Yeah.
Damn, who was that nigga in the top left? I'm damn near gay.
What?
What?
That nigga there.
Yeah, you can go ahead if you want.
He's talking about himself.
He don't give a shit about shit.
Hey, what's up, boy? What your name is?
Oh, you know what?
What comment are you looking for?
Huh?
What are you looking for?
Jay's comment. But I might have to go to my live and yeah, I probably gonna have to just pull up my live.
I might be lit, but was that dude playing with like? Was that dude playing with?
She might have deleted it.
This nigga, hey, bro, you worse than me.
What? I'm looking at it. I don't know what the fuck that nigga.
This nigga way worse than me, nigga.
What? I'm looking at that nigga like, what you doing on a live playing with weed? Y'all niggas crazy. Y'all supposed to what?
Hey, that motherfucking Bulls had fresh as hell though. Whoever that nigga is in the top left.
Is that how you flirt with yourself in front of everybody? That's how you do it? Oh, you think we're gonna catch that? I honestly don't know where it's at. It had to be when I got up here.
I'll try to find it.
Man, that nigga on the bottom left got that distracting ass motherfucking profile, man.
Now he's passive aggression. It's just condescending. Like you mind flirting with yourself. It's a lot going on. What are you drinking?
Gin and juice.
Parmesan.
This nigga drinking
Oh wait! Oh, now we get offended. Okay.
I know you ain't drinking no damn Parmesan.
Oh, there we go.
That shit is domestic violence approved. Goddamn it.
Hey, that peach.
Wait, hold on. She said exactly 100%. That'll be nothing.
No, I'm just happy I found the name because I thought.
I was like, what? JP was trying to trip him up.
Man, listen, this is a sign world class. You can't find it because it's not meant for you to display that shit.
It's literally on the screen already.
Oh fuck! Well, I tried.
you listen. Don't nobody love her more than I do.
You out your fucking mind.
Well, who, JLE?
Yeah, that's a fact. Who got more videos of her? Who got more videos of her?
That don't got shit to do with love.
Then. That's love, nigga.
No,
Fuck, I had to fucking edit that shit.
Nobody love none of these women more than me. Nobody.
You gonna leave Savannah out to dry like that? You gonna do that?
Nobody.
You said you love JLE more than anyone else, but
I said don't nobody love JLE more than me. That's what I said.
Wow.
That's a line. The truth ain't in you.
Already cheating on your co-host. Okay, I see.
First of all, I'm not.
I gave her first show.
Who?
Disloyal.
Okay.
What happened?
We're not about to do this.
Black Dawn is a terrorist.
Y'all really are low key, bro. You not see me wild? Okay, so
you see this?
Wait,
What is it?
Hope this is the last.
You're not showing it. You got.
Yeah, I can't blow it up no more. It's weird. It fucking leaves.
If you don't got the whatchamacallit, you should be able to stretch it.
If I don't got the what?
Pause. Please
What's
pause.
wrong? You know what?
Pause.
Whatchamacallit? If you don't got the full screen on.
That's why I like Savannah. Savannah's cool.
That nigga, that nigga right there. Shit, I'll go.
Yeah, it was great having a podcast up. He don't want to act. He don't want to do shit that makes sense anymore. He'd had enough to drink. I think it's gonna be his last call. Check him out on Little Podcast. Produced it, and I see your Little Podcast. He don't have no days because he just does shit whatever he wants to now. He having a light skin moment. We're gonna let him have it.
You ain't shit.
Nice.
I never did nothing to you.
Wait, was he talking while he was pulled down?
It's a good chat.
Did nothing to you. Okay, so you gotta tell us what it said because we couldn't see that shit.
Yeah, you ain't pull it up yet. Hold on.
We didn't pull up the bad part.
I tried to blow my screen up in there.
He's photoshopping. He's photoshopping right now.
Right, this? I'm this Photoshop right here?
With your screen, I can't see anything. Where is it?
I can't fucking believe I need.
I can't see it.
Is it not? Oh, my bad. Oh, I forgot about this. It's in a photoshopping. I don't like. That's why I like talking to drunk people. I can only do it online. I can't do it in real life. I'd have been cut y'all niggas out and threatened you a little bit.
Where the fuck does this meme come from? You begged me for $100. I don't know what is this.
That shit, nigga.
Hey man, somebody stole my show title. Oh shit, that's me.
Yeah, y'all drunk jokes.
Hold on. World class. No.
Yes.
It's ironic that he says you begged me for $100 when he has a literal video out about him begging for $100.
I mean, it's not because he says he attacks you with stuff that he's afraid of. He afraid to not have no views.
I thought that was a meme.
No, Black Dom. Remember when I asked you in the chat? I said pay Cheeky $200 or pay Cheeky $100, and I'll go to Aaron O's, which is crazy. Aaron O's and trash him and Fatty on their show, because what's his name? Unlikely. You told him you'll pay him $200. You drunk? You can't remember shit. You pay him $200.
I'll pay the life foot right now, bro. You gonna have to be more.
Yeah.
I'm fucking God, bro.
This is exactly why God didn't allow me to become rich, because I swear I'd be in jail right now for all kind of conspiracies to commit murder, bro. It's a lot of motherfuckers I would have hit.
Okay. It's getting y'all getting out of control. Savannah, did you find the time yet?
Swear to God, a lot of motherfuckers.
I seen this shit when I was what's the name? I was stressed out talking.
I just like to fuck around. I just like to kick off random people. I just like to fuck around with the super chats, bro. This is what happens when you give someone who's 25
you're a terrorist.
Money. Yeah, I'm a fucking terrorist.
That's a fact.
I will own that. I will own that title.
No, you need to add that up. You need to keep that up. That's fine.
Hold on. Give me a second. Let me fucking chase this. Give me a second.
But see, this is what I'm saying though, right? Because Savannah was talking about all that shit earlier. But when I was around this motherfucker holding everybody accountable, how many panels did she come to? How many panels did World Class come to?
When was you holding somebody accountable?
They left me alone. As soon as I got into it with motherfucking Def Jam, everybody left me, bro. Everybody. But now you want me to hold people accountable. For what?
Well, you should have been on my side. I've been kicking Def Jam ass the entire time.
Nigga,
all I heard is that you made
I gave up. This nigga, now look, I'm just gonna say it like this because it's the truth. The nigga Ali was sending me $100 every 4 days. Nigga, that shit stopped because I wouldn't go against you. So I'm just saying why Savannah talking about a motherfucker could be bought. That shit stopped
he had you temporarily.
because I didn't go against you.
Shit, for $100 every 4 days.
It ain't. But think about it. Think about it. It's not worth it. It ain't worth it to go against me. They shouldn't pay you $1,000 a day. I'm gonna crush your confidence. Jump the fucking front of a bus, fucking with me every day.
In real life, I'll be smoking you.
In real life. So what the fuck is this one? What's this world?
You only win because you say shit that
That's
you
right.
know is correct.
Okay.
But it don't be.
Should he say shit that he knows is wrong?
It will be substantiated.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, and I don't want you to keep going.
Should he say shit that he knows is wrong? What the fuck? What?
So because y'all retarded, you didn't listen to what I said. I said he said shit that he know is correct, but it's not substantiated. See, here's the thing about debate. The thing that a lot of people don't know is in debate, there's literally
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
There's literally wrong.
Stop the motherfucking cap. Stop the lie. You're lying, motherfucker. You did not.
There is no right or wrong. And sometimes in debate classes in college, they will have you debate whether or not you pro-life or pro-choice, right? So when they judging it, they're not judging it based on what their opinion is. They judging it based on who substantiates better.
What happened?
Who said it?
How you gonna use her likeness and you trying to diss her?
I'm not making myself clear. I don't give a fuck.
Did I ask you a question?
That nigga is on point with the fucking in between. So
I can't fuck with you. I thought we was cut from the same cloth, but you a whole terrorist.
I think mine's kind of got some gold in it. Yours probably don't. Yours probably got the Tootsie Roll wrapper in your shit.
Whatever the fuck. All I know is I thought you was a vice lord. Turns out you're a GD.
I'm not. One thing I'm not is a gang member.
Turns out you my fucking op for real.
Uh-oh.
All right. Your funeral. I'm
using that girl likeness, knowing you about the diss as soon as y'all find the
First of all, I love Jay. I love Jay.
Bruh, only reason why I can't express how much I love Jay Ali because my woman is literally.
I can. I love her. I absolutely love her. I think she's awesome. I'm just disappointed and heartbroken. And her and Brittany B. We ain't said I won diss yet. We held them accountable.
It's my point. I was doing this same shit, nigga.
Wait, what you mean by Brittany B? I haven't seen Brittany B in like
that's
the longest.
Well, we seen it.
That's what happened when you get a man.
Or she married now? Oh,
okay. Let's not do this.
Wait, is that what happened? She married now? That's cool.
We don't know. We don't know. We just know she came back, erased all her shit, and changed her name. And when she came in podcast channel and said it was correcting podcast, but he didn't look at the chat, so we don't know. I don't know why y'all don't look at the chat. You and Chicky.
Hold on. I gotta bang on Chicago Rilla, man. Fuck him. Nah, fuck him.
Hey, watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth.
No, we had enough of that. We just
you see why I don't like eat black? No, just kidding.
Exactly.
Bang,
no
bang, bang, bang.
Disrespectful.
I can never hate Brittany B ever. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know nobody hate her. We disappointed. That's all.
Nah, man. Brittany B is forever.
But this, I know this nigga actually has an effect on women. I think it's because he's a serial killer. Because when Brittany came into the chat, the one thing I did see, somebody mentioned her name on the panel, and I saw that she was in the chat. But after I saw she was in the chat, I just stopped paying attention like I usually do. But she never actually said this nigga name. She kept saying, "Y'all need to leave this alone." I'm like,
that's what she
fuck is y'all? It's only one nigga up here.
It's only one person. It's just me. I'm the only person that spoke. Oh, me and Reaper, I guess.
You know what? Okay,
but he don't got a channel.
Fuck it.
So I just say, my little ass 895 subscriber channel is fucking.
I'm gonna send one of my nieces to you.
What you mean? What? Whoa! What?
Whoa! What are we talking about? Hold on. I'm about to drop down.
The hell?
I'm about to send one of my motherfucking nieces to you. You know what I'm saying? Let them go.
How old is she?
Back with the 911 with the not the 911, the 411 with the info.
No, God, please, no.
Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you how you said it? Do you want me to say it back to you how I think you said it? Go ahead.
Hey, you gotta get that one with the pastor. It'd be like, cut this bitch off. Cut this one. The one with the pastor.
How old is your niece? How old is she?
She's 17.
How old is she?
Your niece.
Oh, my niece is grown now.
I said, how old?
Grown? What do you mean?
Yeah, the youngest one is.
I said, how old is she? The one you're referring to.
Yeah, my youngest niece is 20 now. That's the youngest niece I got.
Okay. All right.
Yo, Savannah, I got an unrelated question though. Like real talk. So okay, so I was out with my girl. Like,
what the fuck difference does it make?
Hey, hold on. I got an unrelated question. Give me a second. Let me rock real quick. So I was out with my girl earlier today. We was getting breakfast, and she wanted to pay the whole bill, and this shit was like $50. And I'm like, you can't pay this bill. You broke. What the fuck? But she was really adamant about paying the bill. So why do like some women like be with the niggas that they like? They want to pay for everything, but it's like, I know you can't afford it. So what are you doing? Just let me get this. Why do y'all do that?
Why don't you ask her?
Okay, I see what.
That's not the answer I was looking for.
That's your problem.
That's the one
you looking for your ass. That's y'all damn problem. I'm gonna come over here and ask a disingenuous question. Y'all the disingenuous niggas.
That wasn't disingenuous. That was a legitimate. Okay,
that wasn't the answer I was looking for.
Okay, so have you done that before, Savannah?
How you running this? How you running this?
Wait, hold on. Let me just. Have you done that before?
What?
Have you ever like bought a nigga's like meal or some shit or whatever? Even though damn well you knew you couldn't really afford it like that. Have you ever done that?
I've cooked food for somebody, but I've never. No.
And that might be the case, but shit, I'm the one that's fucking, and she's the one spending it on me, so I don't care where she get it from. But anyways, okay.
You don't think that's a little strange that you thought to ask that question?
I don't know. I'm lit right now, so.
Okay, well, I'm letting you know it is.
Okay.
Okay. Well, do you guys have anything else to say? I would like to end this conversation on a serious note that's actually related to the topic. So, E-Black, you can start, or Beans.
Well,
now y'all suck.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you about to say something.
I say now y'all don't speak. Okay, all right. I think with that, everybody other than me and Savannah is toasted up here. Yeah, sunny side up, everything.
My name is E-Black, and I'm an alcoholic.
That's a fact.
All I need you to know, you're gonna rule the motherfucking day, nigga. Telling you now.
Man, I'm on to look. I'm on to eat that one, man. Pause.
Okay. All right. Okay. It was great having E Black up. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. And yeah, Black Dawn. So we good with that.
Ooh, alrighty. Well,
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna do things much differently next time. Well, that was a fun stream, even though it wasn't supposed to be. At the end of the day, I still think it's disappointing that, you know, after I asked all the men on the panel those series of questions, that people will still go over and support without trying to hold Aaron or Fatty accountable to what they themselves said. Nobody's spinning a narrative. Nobody's trying to tear a black man down. We're just simply telling them what they said themselves. So, and if you're Team Fatty, if you're still Team Fatty, and if you're still Team Aaron and Fight Club and Lapeef, just go ahead and block me. Save me the time.
Amen.
You have anything to say?
No, I'm set.
Hmm?
It was great.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, I guess I do. It's like I said. This was I was drained from last night's stream because it was like, you know, taking it in and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Jay Ali and Brittany B really cared a lot about both of them. Don't have no. They've never disrespected me, and you know what I'm saying. They never done anything to me. It's just certain principles that come up where you see, you know, people have fundamental differences, and it is what it is. They pick persona. They didn't pick principle. And when it comes to children, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. So for people to miss it, especially people with children, that just lets you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dad, my goddad, my uncle, and it's just always choose what's best for children, not because it's the moral or virtue signaling thing. It's just because they're children and they're innocent and they're dependent, and it's just that simple. It's not rocket science. So to see the responses that you guys have given, it's weird. Again, I can't say it enough. Y'all Lapeef sector motherfuckers need to have the same response that you did for Glenn, and you're not, and that's fine. You didn't super chat it. You didn't got money from Anton. You didn't gave money to Anton. You didn't got money from Aaron O. You didn't gave money. So like Savannah was saying before, you're purchasable, which is cool. But I just got to teach you like you for sale, and you're over the counter transaction. And it just is what it is. That's what I see from these people in these spaces. Shout out to the people that kind of came from that and moved away. But when I'm watching, and it's crazy because literally Sunday, I was highlighting Mrs. She said, and she was talking about, you know, stop sexualizing children, and then all of that stuff took place. And even before then, you watch how the thing with Chantel, you know what I'm saying, that you happen to get involved with because somebody that you used to watch. And it's crazy because you're asking somebody to do something that you did. That's the one thing people got to understand about Savannah is this topic, when it comes to Aaron, she already did it with Chantel. She used to mod on Chantel's channel. She used to watch Chantel's channel, and then when something bullshit came out of her mouth, she held her accountable for it. You know what I'm saying? So with that situation with Chantel, another situation where Courtney Michelle was holding her accountable, and Courtney Michelle was constantly bringing up the betterment for children, and shout out to her for that. And you see the responses, the visceral that Courtney is getting. So it's like every single opportunity in these spaces, whereas let's pick the children, niggas is on the opposite side somehow, conveniently, every time. And you don't expect it to be the faces that you see every day, that you in group chats with, that you inbox with, phone numbers you got. You don't expect that, but when it happens, you got to just make a decision to do what it do. Because these same women that you can say whatever you want in private, You can say whatever you want in other channels, and I'm talking directly to Brittany B and Jay Ali. You can say whatever you want, but I never sit around and let somebody come at you, and I always stood between you and a nigga coming at you wrong. That's a fact. I got called a simp for that. I got called X dust and Y. I said, yeah, but look at them and look at what they did. I could always point to your behavior to go, if I'm simping, it's cool because of how they behave. Now, your little place that you're gonna go to, cool, they're gonna, because you agree with them. You know what I'm saying? They'll validate everything you do. But at the end of the day, you can't ever say I didn't stand up for you and I ever did anything wrong to any of y'all. You made a position, and I appreciate you for that. You took a position, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, from that, it's nothing else for me to do. I care about both of them. I hope they do well. But y'all over there, and fuck it, y'all the ops now. I don't know what to tell you. You know, I ain't never want to carry it like that with y'all, but you made it clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. You know, if y'all had any of the problems, y'all could have hit me up, and you didn't. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I think that's also like with Chantel, that's why I'm about to continue to drop videos showing her contradicting herself. It's because of her response afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
People have given Aaron, well, I would say, Aaron has had several outs. Even him being on Robbie's channel was a chance to just kill this whole discussion. So the way Jay Ali responded, the way Brittany didn't respond, which was still a response, it's disappointing to see, especially when you carry yourself as somebody who stands on principles. It's not like I put Brittany on a pedestal. If you're the only woman in the sector talking about principles, and when it's time to apply them, you're nowhere to be found, I find that hypocritical.
Even
And
though you were.
Lady
But she was
Novoa,
here.
the issue is Jay Ali was co-signing Aaron's behavior, and nowhere did I see in any live, especially the one Noble broke down, I didn't see her questioning him, pressing him about anything, just blindly defending. That's what it is. Look at what Bean said. Beans, go to sleep. And drink some water.
Yes, drink some damn water. All of y'all that was eat black, drink some water. Black Dawn, drink some. You need to drink water. You need to
And talk to your girl. Talk to your girl. Quit asking random women online questions about your woman.
Get out the kitchen and go in the room and lick her feet like you usually do. So yeah, that's it. It and it's other. It's not just that. It's other things that let me know that she, as they say, pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what's up. I hope the best for her. I don't hate the girl. I'm not mad with her. It's just disappointing, like you said. So y'all know who I am. You know, y'all didn't know. I'm gonna call this shit out. I don't care who it is. You can do the clout chasing shit. I'll destroy your little sector. I don't care what you want it to be. I really don't. Like I can't say it too many times. There's no reason for me. I want to clout chase this minuscule, small little sector called the manosphere. I come from the conscious community that's bigger than you motherfuckers. Like in real life, I've known YouTubers for 13 years. A guy I graduated high school with, I showed him how to be vegan. He has 33,000 subscribers. I don't need to fuck with y'all. That's more than Aaron O, more than Fatty, more than Aaron O, more than Brittany B, more than Fight Club combined. More than Daryl Long for whatever channel he got going on. I don't need you niggas. I've known Asia the Duke of Tears, was well known in the conscious community and the Morris community for I think about 13 years. He has 45,000 subscribers. The nigga Tariq Tahaka Bey, who got slapped by Tariq Nasheed, right? Already that's about 300,000 subscribers. Corey Holcomb is doing a video on him right now. Corey Holcomb, we got the 5150 show. It's close to 1 million subscribers. I don't need to fuck with you niggas for clout. Plus my name means something in my community. I don't need you niggas for clout. I'm calling out something that I saw was wrong. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I see something, I say something. I don't give a fuck if you got 1 subscriber. I don't care if you got 1 million subscribers. Just like I talked to Fighter in the same live, I don't know how many subscribers he got. I said the same shit to Modern Renaissance Man. I did Angry Man the same goddamn way. I did Ilkhan Ali the same way. I did Daryl Long the same way. I did Raw B Privilege the same way. I did fucking JB the same way on Lapeef. I did.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I did Tyranny the same way. The same exact shit. When we on Mr. Palmer channel, the baby mama terrorists come up there, I do them the same way. You're not going to sit in my space and lie and say fake shit and antagonize and attack people and I just sit there. I'm not having it. So that's why I shout out Savannah for doing literally the same thing. Like attracts like. And it just is what it is.
Lady Navoa, this is exactly why it's important to do the video and not just hit people up on the back chat, because they tend not to follow through on their word. So, and plus, her actions were in public, so the correction is in public.
That's a fact.
And her being family has nothing to do with what she did. Y'all need to start separating the people from the actual situation. That's why so many people are immoral and get away with so much, because y'all are so tied to the title that you don't care what happened, even if it was against a child. So that's that's a problematic mindset, Lady Navoa.
And Lady Navoa, she was family over here the entire time. You know that. So it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming to the show. Thank you for coming, Rilla and Musings, my girl. Thank you, Lady Navoa. And Beans. Drink some water.
E-Black. I'll just say Fighter just to say it. You got Block. Black Dawn. I think what's his name? What was his name? The nigga. Never mind, I forgot his name. I can't remember him. Appreciate everybody that came on the stream. Everybody that came in the chat. Everybody that viewed it. Appreciate everybody that's listening through all the way to the end of this over 3.5 live on the replay. Y'all make sure you put your thoughts in the comments. You think we right, you think we wrong, share it. Share it to your mom and them, show it to her while she's doing the dishes and cooking. And stuff like that. And yeah, we appreciate you. Anything else, Savannah?
That's it.
All right, man. You know, like I always say, it ain't but 2 classes on this planet, never been 3. You either world class or you outclass. And the question is not which class do you want to live in. The question is which class do the ones coming behind you deserve for you to die in. On your feet, on your knees. Respect the craft. Noble.